wait a second here. And I think there it goes. Vinny, it looks like.
Am I blind? I feel like I'm blinding myself.
All right, guests. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to, let's see, more. Let's do that. Hold on, everybody. Vinny.
Yes.
I think we're live, are we not?
Yeah, a minute.
All right.
Been live for a minute.
Hold on, everybody, while I fiddle around with the layout.
Oh, just made me big.
Oops.
Let me zip up.
You better. You better zip up. We didn't want to do that.
Yeah, no, you don't want to see that.
All right, we're going to go back to, let's go back to, give us a moment, everybody, while we, Vinny, you can.
What do you want me to do?
Jump up and down and turn yourself around, because that's what it's all about.
I'm too tired to do the hokey pokey.
I think in a moment. Alrighty.
Ooh, I got a thumb up. Hold on. Why didn't I do that? There we go. Now I'm thumbed up.
I think I finally got it, Vincent.
I think you did too.
Well, here's what I want to say to everybody tonight. Welcome to the dining room of the 1925 Bungalow. I'm Scott. This is a live sale. We do 2 live sales a month, the first and the third Monday, and sometimes we get a 6th Monday in there, yeah? But that doesn't happen again until late, I don't know, June or July. We're going to do a sound check and a lighting check, and a can you hear me, see me, and can you hear Vinny?
Turn this off. I'm not going to need it.
So, Vinny, I need you to say something so we see if we hear you.
All right, can everyone hear me? Hopefully everyone can hear me.
So we'll just wait and we'll check here to make sure everything is running well. Now, when everybody says yes, that means you can hear me, see me, and you can hear Vinny, but you can't see Vinny. Okay. Wonderful. That's fantastic. Okay, so looks good, sounds good. Thank you, everyone. Wonderful.
All right, looks like all the yeses are coming in, so I guess we're good. Big
We're
thumbs
okay.
up.
Sounds like we're okay with everything. Very good, very good, very good. Excellent. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, listen. I go live at 8 o'clock. I start selling at 8:10. And I stop at 10 p.m. Every once in a while, I might linger till about 10:05. But basically, we stop selling at 10. And then it's chit-chat time from 10 o'clock until bedtime. And maybe we'll bring Vinny back live into the screen. And so you can see him and chit-chat with him. Would you like to do that at 10 o'clock if Vinny is still awake?
If you say no, it's okay. I won't get offended.
Now, let me explain to everyone. Everyone here is welcome. You may have been participating in live sales since before the pandemic, and this may be your first. You're all welcome. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just watch if you got nothing else to do. There's probably something else better on TV, but if you want to watch me and listen to Vinny, we're honored. I would say this. I'm going to explain how this works. You old timers who already understand, go get you some coffee and a ginger snap. I've got mine right here. Here's my, I'm drinking orange poke tea, and I've got my ginger snaps. But if you're new, what's going to happen is I'm going to hold up an item like that. and I'm going to tell you that this isn't for sale yet, but I'm going to hold something up and say the bidding starts at $2. And then I'm going to tell you about the condition and the size and everything. And if you think you want this item, you've got to get your bids in there. Type your bids in. Don't wait until I start to count it down because of the lag. Now we're going to do a little thing here called test the lag. All right, Vinny, are you still with me?
I'm still with you, yep.
We're going to play a little game called test the lag. Let's pretend I'm auctioning off this ginger snap, which I don't intend on doing so. But we're just going to play a game. This ginger snap, the bidding starts at $50. Now, I want you to pretend that you're bidding on that you want this ginger snap. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. It was made in 1910. It's been bitten on by a mouse. It's about blah. Okay. Okay, we're going to count it down. Here we go. We're going to count down the ginger snap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sold. Now, what I want you to do is you heard me say sold. Now, I don't know when you typed in your bid, but if you waited until I said 3, 2, 1, your bid might not show up for 20 seconds after the thing has been sold.
All right, so just to confirm the test results, it looks like Amy B came in at 150 before the sold.
150. Now, you know it's worth more than that. I'm just playing. So we're having fun, but I want you to understand this is not like you're at a live auction where you can wait 1 second and the auctioneer will see you. Vinny gets to call the winner, and it's based upon what he sees on his screen, not what I see and not what you see, because we're all going to see something different. I might look at the screen and it looks like Timeless Tommy won. You might look at the screen and think Gloria Clapsaddle won. But whoever shows up on Vinny's chat, that's the winner. So Vinny will call it. And then after he calls it, you can congratulate that person. Hold off on congratulating people, because if you congratulate the wrong person and they're not the one that won, then they kind of get mad. We don't want anybody to get mad. Make sure that you are in live chat, not top chat. And I know it's 8:08. I've got like 2 more minutes to run my mouth. If you win something, if we tell you that you won, I can't send you an invoice until you write to me at oldcuriosityshop99@gmail.com. Now, Vinny will periodically put that in there, and I think it's at the top of the chat anyway.
Did you pin it? Because I don't see it.
Oh, blubbity blub. I need to pin it.
I don't know if it's there anymore. I'll put it in again.
Okay, put it in, Vinny.
While you're explaining stuff.
Put it in and I'll pin it. And so you've got to write to me, and you've got to tell me your name, especially if it's different from your chat name, because we know this. So that your chat name is different from your real name in many cases, and I won't know who you are. So give me your real name, your shipping address, and I've got to have your PayPal email address, which may be different from the one you're using to write me from, and then I can send you an invoice. So I'll go ahead and pin this. I don't see it yet, Vinny. Is it in there yet?
I just put it in now.
Okay, and let me pin. All right, I've just pinned it.
Perfect.
Pinning it basically means you take the piece of paper and you stick it at the top of the bulletin board for those of us old timers. So you can go all the way back up and find it. Okay. Vinny, what am I forgetting? No, I'm forgetting something.
I know, and I'm trying to think what I forget at my sales all the time.
Well,
oh, yes. When we are doing offer ups, we do kindly ask that we keep the chat to a minimum so that way it doesn't get confusing. Because as we all know, with almost, well, 350 people are here now, the number could go up. The chat flies by really fast. So, of course, maybe I can put a warning or something in the chat just to let everyone know, hey, we're doing an offer up. Just keep the chat to a minimum until we call the winner. It really helps pull us out.
Vinny, I appreciate that. They're all offer ups to give
Okay.
everybody a chance. And we're not trying to, I had some folks, all these rules. Believe me, everything that we're doing is to make the live sales work better, to work easier. And so we find that we really want to pay attention to the bids and it's also so that when you put your bid in, if everybody's chatting about different things, you can't see where the bids are. We'll have time to chat and we'll have an intermission and we're going to have fun. It is 8:11. I'm a minute late and the trains run on time in my house. Here we go. We have a blown cruet. It is pressed glass and it stands 7 inches tall. The bidding starts at $8. There are no chips or cracks on it. So we're starting at $8. Vinny will put $8 in the chat to let you know that's where we're starting. I'll warn you before I'm going to start the countdown, but it's pressed glass, not cut. Don't know, original stopper, could be, could not be. It's kind of sometimes hard to tell. And we've got pinwheels and we've got daisies and we've got whatnot. And, oh, did he just pee on me? Water came out because I clean everything. We have a polished pontil. You can see that it was blown in a mold and it is nice and clean. Once again, it has no chips on it. And I think everybody needs a nice old-fashioned vinegar cruet. So
I do want to interrupt you real quick, Scott. I'm sorry. Dana Grace asked a really good question about just in cases. No, we do not do that here. It is whoever gets it and puts the highest offer in. There's no just in cases. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no just in case. Yeah. Okay, so if there are no questions about this glass vinegar cruet, it's pressed glass, it's EAPG, and it's going to date sometime to around 1900, 1910. Yeah, just factory produced pressed glass. It's a nice little piece, and I like vinegar cruets. I always try to pick them up when I find nice ones that are somewhat unusual. And so we'll go ahead and count it down, and it looks like we're currently possibly at $14. So put your bid in if you're ready. I don't know which, if you can. Can you see it all right, everyone?
I see it just fine.
I know I need to hold still. Here comes the countdown. Here comes the warning for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
All right, I'm going to refresh my page.
Okay, Vinny. Now everybody talk. What'd you have for dinner, everybody?
Okay.
Let's do the dinner check.
So it looks like we have KB for $16.
KB. Thank you, KB. I think I've got your info. Everybody let's do the dinner update now before we pull the next thing up. What did everybody have for dinner? I had chicken. Vinny, what'd you have?
I had mashed potatoes.
Slim fast. Tracy, you got to have something else other than that. We had chicken and we had rice. Cashews, I like that.
Ooh, cashews.
KB, thank you. This is a violin or a cello or a double bass or a string bass. And the bidding will start. I'm gonna start the bidding at $9. It is 9 inches tall and it was made by the Imperial Glass Company. Now these vases came in different colors. This one happens to be in clear glass, which is also referred to in the glass trade as crystal, which has nothing to do with lead content. There's no lead in this, but this clear glass, common clear glass, was often just referred to as crystal after the late 30s, even though there's no lead in it. It is made by Imperial, and I will show you that it still has its old Imperial sticker on the bottom of it. See that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's a little vase, but because it's got these spouts, it could be a little wine for two if you wanted it to, because you could pour, but stick a red rose in there. Now, it does need to be cleaned a little bit on the inside. I don't have my scrub brush at the moment to do that. And I know you can put rice down in there and water and shake it up, but I didn't have anything like that. So there it is, the clear glass Imperial violin. And here comes the warning for the countdown on this piece. I hope I remembered to say there were no chips or cracks in it. Most of my items don't have damage, and if they do, I try to tell you up front. Warning, so counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Vinny.
Okay, I'm going to refresh. And it looks like we have a Florida Golden Girl for $46.
Florida Golden. Florida Golden, I thank you so much. I really do. And everything is out in the mail. I messed up some labels. What I did, I'll just tell you for a second. I use some of the free priority mail boxes, but I buy a lot of my boxes for their strength. And the priority mail boxes are a little wimpy. So sometimes you can't put a first class label on a priority mail box. You've got to put a USPS priority mail. So I printed out all these labels that said UPS, put them on priority mail boxes. Vinny, have you done that? I think
we've all done it.
I get all the way to the UPS store and they're like, "You buffoon." They didn't call me a buffoon. They did. They were very nice. So I had to bring all those boxes home and destroy all those labels and start all over again. That's my fault, my problem, but it's in the mail. So whoops. You got it, Joan. That was whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie.
Hi, Sarah.
I am so glad. Before I forget, everybody right now, find your clap your hands icon, put it in the chat. Round of applause for the Vintage Vinny, reverse, for being moderator extraordinaire.
I ain't all that great, but thank you.
Oh, hush. Now, next up, we have a Fraunfelter. Now, this bad boy starts at $12. It measures 5 by 6, so it's about 5 inches tall. It's about 5 inches tall and about 6 across the top. Look at that bird of paradise. Now, that's typically what they were called in the 1920s and 30s. And this does go back to the early 30s. And if I remember, Fraunfelter started maybe in 1926. I better be quiet because I'm probably getting it mixed up. There's the mark on the bottom. And this is Fraunfelter, China. This is made in Ohio. And I was fairly certain that it never had a lid. What fooled me about it, I'm trying to hold it still, there was a whole line of breakfast sets. So you could get a coffee pot, you could get a toaster, you could get syrup jugs and whatnot. And I'm seeing this in different places listed as a batter bowl, which really confused me because most of the batter bowls that I'm accustomed to have a spout. But it was the custom to make waffles at the breakfast table in the 1920s and make a big thing. And they had all these sets that were beautifully done. So whether they spooned out the waffle batter from this, I don't know, or whether that was a mistake. But I do see it coming from breakfast sets. And of course, you really could put anything in there that you want as a vase. It would be a pretty vase. So I need to stand up. So we've got all the way around. This is, so no cracks, no crazing, a few little slight losses in maybe the silvering, but you've got the bird of paradise there. Is it showing up all right, Vin?
Looks good to me.
Okay. And there are other pieces. I think there's a syrup jug that matches this, but we'll count it down now. And here's the warning to count down on the Fraunfelter piece, which really is deco influenced, popular motif in the 20s. Here we go, we're counting it down. I don't know if we have any lid. Okay, you're saying it needs the lid. I have never seen a picture of it with a lid. That doesn't mean that it didn't have one, but I can't find pictures of it anywhere with a lid. So when you say it needs a lid, have you seen a picture of it with a lid? Or are you guessing? Because I couldn't find any references where...
Keep going.
Okay, I couldn't find any references where it had a lid. Okay, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold, I think.
Okay, gonna refresh.
I really want to know if anyone...
Okay. Alrighty. So it was sold to... It was sold to Yvonne Barode for $35.
Okay, Yvonne. 35.
Yep.
Yvonne.
Beroud.
Yvonne, are you the one that got my trim and I need to write back to you? If you are, you know what you're talking about, and you're fantastic. It's Yvonne. Yvonne, did you get my border? People are asking how to refresh, Ben.
So either, I don't know what device you're watching it on, be it your phone or on your computer, you can either hit the little refresh button if you're on a PC at the very top left corner by your back and forward button, or you can X out of the chat on your device, hit chat again, and then change it back to live chat. All right, I gotta put in start. Hold on. Or my little start icon.
Next, we have a book from 1927, and we're starting at $12. Now, again, you didn't know everything that was going to be for sale tonight. We're starting at $12 on a dressmaking book dated 1927. And if you're into making vintage, clothing from the era, which would be vintage 1920s, I'll tell you what, this is fantastic. And who printed it? Butterick. We're familiar with that old company. So it's just show you a couple of the, just the drawings on the inside.
Wow.
And so I didn't know there could be this much text on this, but it just goes, I don't know anything. Bias trimmings. This is out of my, but anyway, so it's the whole thing about how to make all these costumes from the 20s. Look, there she is at her machine. She's got her bobbed hair and everything. And so I want to show you some more of the dresses in here. Boy, that was the thing. Women were supposed to have no shape in those days. Flat as a board.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think you call that a drop waist. Where is it? Is that a drop waist right there?
You're asking the wrong guy here.
Oh, well, I guess I'm asking the people. You were supposed to have, a flat chest, no behind, no hips. Look at this. That's the dresses. A lot of the dresses at that era was the style.
I guess they didn't want you to show too much back then.
Well, the women before that showed a lot more than the women in the 20s.
True.
Anyway, so it doesn't smell. Doesn't smell. It's not ripped or torn. It has no mold in it that I can see. And we're going to go ahead and count it down. Yeah, they look like a toothpick.
They do.
So we'll start to count the book down. Everybody go in there. And if you're going to place a bid, go ahead and place it. Because here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold. The dressmaking book from 1927.
Okay, so the 3D was at 28, but I see that it looks like M. Rodriguez put in a bid of $100. So I guess we'll go with M. Rodriguez for 100.
Let's get a confirmation on that if we can.
Okay.
So M, if you're there, M. Rodriguez, could we get a confirmation on that? Just so we know. And while we're doing that, while we're waiting for the confirmation on that, we'll take a look at the next item for sale. And I need to thank someone for helping me out with this. I've got a couple people to thank, but this is what we're going to be bidding on next.
Okay, I'm watching the chat waiting for M. Rodriguez.
Okay, so M. Rodriguez, if you'll just confirm on the dressmaking book. Now I'll go ahead and talk about this, Vinny, while you keep an eye out.
Okay, yep. He said confirmed, and I'll send you my info right now if needed. He or she said that.
Yeah, I have sold to M. Rodriguez before,
Okay.
and so I appreciate that. I will. No need for you to send it right this very second because I can't check it until the auction is over. But thank you so much. I so much appreciate that. And we'll go on now to this. This is, I have to thank subscriber Lisa Cooper. Lisa, I don't know if you're here, but you were very helpful. I had no time to look this cake stand up. We're starting at $15 on this cake stand. Let me give you the condition first. I don't feel anything here. I feel a flea bite, which is the size of a pinhead. And when I say pinhead, I mean pinhead. Pardon the expression, Vinny. I'm not talking about you. Vinny knows we joke. On the rim of the cake plate, you might feel a tiny roughness, but it is felt and not seen. And the old glass people, you know what that means. You don't see chips, but you might feel roughness of a seam. And this lovely piece here, I'm told, is called the Dahlia pattern, hence the flowers. And it was made by Flint. Let's see, Flint glass is what Lisa said. So Lisa, if you're here, thank you. And it stands 6 inches tall and 9 inches wide. And it's got that nice little lip in there. So if you're running down the street with your cake, it will not slide off. Beautiful cake stand. It's an early American, it's an EAPG cut pressed glass pattern. And I hope everyone can see that. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. This was made in a mold, so it does have the seams where it was taken out of the mold. And if we don't have any questions about the cake stand, we'll go ahead and count it down.
Sorry, Evelyn Hill wants to know what year you think that's from.
Well, I can't tell you what year, but I'll tell you roughly, because it's pressed glass, we're going to say roughly 1900. Now, when we say roughly 1900, we could be 1890 to 1910. You know, that's a span of 30 years. is that pear point. I'm told this is flint glass, the Dahlia pattern. You see, because this type of glass went out of style, this started really going out of style when we get into the 1920s. Because the women did not want clear glass anymore. They wanted colored glass. And that's when we get into the colored glass of the Depression. So this is not from the 1970s or 60s or 50s. This goes back. Now, if anybody else has any. All right, we'll count it down. Here we go. All set?
Get her done.
All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, Vinny. We've got another cake stand coming in a minute.
All right, refreshing.
And someone asked, does it glow? No.
All right, it looks like Benita Taylor wins it for $35.
That's going to be a fancy cake on that Bonita. What kind of cake do you like? I'm not a big cake eater. I like pies and I like ice cream, but cake, meh.
See, I'm the opposite. I love cake. Pie, it depends on the pie, though.
What's your favorite cakes? Hey, thrifter, not hoarder, were you joking? I think you were playing with me. You know I have a sense of humor. Now, okay, we have a pair of these. I love these things, and I can tell you who made them. Hold on, I'll show you. They're 7 inches tall, and we've got 2 of these. This is called the Zipper and Button Vase by McKee. They are 7 inches tall. I'll pull back. It is a matching pair. These are going to date to the 40s. And McKee also made these in milk glass. All right, but this is clear glass, zipper and button. Yep, McKee made them. They're not marked. They're not supposed to be. No chips or cracks on either one. And I think I told you that the bidding on these starts at $16. Did I, Vinny?
No, but it's okay. I put it in.
You put it in?
I put it in right as you said the price, so
okay.
We're good.
So a matching pair of vases from the 40s. And I really like these. It's hard for you to see, but there's almost like little confetti stippling in between the zippers and the jewels. See that? And, you know, who can go wrong with a pair? A pair is always better. 2 of anything is better than 1, right? That's why sometimes I cheat and I have 2 ginger snaps instead of 1. I might even have 3 tonight.
That's barely cheating.
We're counting it down, Vincent.
Okay.
If there are no questions on the 2 McKee vases from about 1940 in the zipper and button, we'll count it down. So get those bids in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got that right, Joan. 3 ginger snaps. Woo, I really know how to break it wide open.
Alrighty, so it looks like we have Funky Monkey for $27.
27. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have a cedar box. And here it comes. Now, I love these, and some of you do as well. I'll tell you where the bidding will start on this. We will start at $10, and it measures 10 by 7. We're starting at $10. Quickly look, Nothing on the inside. Okay, and there is no damage on it. So, I forgot to take I better take my price tag off. Wouldn't that be awful? Well, actually, I don't mind telling you that. I really don't mind telling you that I spent $5.50 on it. And I'm starting the bidding out at $10 on it. And it's, well, oh my gosh. We have a decal on the front, sort of like a paper is put on and they shellac over it of some flowers in a pot. And this goes back to the 30s and the 40s. And we all know, because everybody's mother and everybody's grandmother either got one at high school graduation, or they got one when they got married, or they got one as a free prize when they bought a cedar chest for the hope chest. Men had these too. And they were normally for the top of the dresser, and you could do all kinds of things. Sometimes there was a drawer outfitted for jewelry. Sometimes there wasn't. It's nice and clean. But look how pretty the wood is on the front. And it's kind of a serpentine front. Spin it all around. And I really like the old finish. Can you see how it sort of crackles on the top? That's not fake. That's age. Yeah. So the old cedar box. Shall we count it down?
Yeah.
Do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
All right, let me refresh, and then someone has a question for you about something. All right, so it looks like we have Sharon Leiter for $25.
Sharon Leiter, as in Lighter?
No, Leiter as in Leiter.
Got it.
And then where's that question? Oh, so Eugenia, forgive me, I'm gonna butcher this. Buitron said, "Please check your email and get back to me regarding the border." Or did you get the email regarding that?
Regarding a hoarder?
The border, some border.
Yes. And Eugenia, yes. And I promise you I will. Are you the one? You are super fantastic. Everybody is super fantastic. And I am appreciative. Thank you. I will. Tell Vinny, will you type? Well, I guess she can hear me. I'll do that. Let me just have a quick sip. I've got a hot thing down here that this sits on. It's this hot orange poke. Look at what I'm drinking it out of. Now
like
that,
clouds.
huh?
Looks like clouds.
I know. I have never seen this pattern before. And you know what? All they had was one cup and saucer. And I bought it. Now, I need to say thank you again to Lisa Cooper. And I know Southern Buckeye is hanging in here too. And you have been such a reference for me on my American Brilliant. Don't you think I don't know that you have helped me so much? Here we have another cake stand. The bidding. All right, let's do this. There are no chips or cracks here. This is completely smooth. This is great. Let me get rid of that. On all these points on the bottom, there are no chips. On this inner under rim, there is a little roughness. Okay, there's a little tiny flea bite on the under rim. So there are going to be, it's almost impossible to get glass like this that doesn't have some little type of a flea bite. But these are the kind of things, again, that are felt and not really seen. So certainly worth picking this up when you find it if it's in that condition. Having said that, we start at $15. This is made by the United States Glass Conglomerate, which Woo, how many, was it like 18 companies that made up US Glass? Now, this is according to the research of Lisa Cooper. I did not get a chance to look all of this up, but it sounds like Lisa knows what she's talking about. As she says, it's made by the United States Glass Company, number 15046 Victor, and it's called Blazing Pinwheel or Floral Diamond.
I like the name Blazing Pinwheel.
I know. If I get another cat, I think I'm going to name it Blazing Pinwheel. Okay, and this cake stand doesn't have a lip, so you can't run down the street with it. You'll lose it. You'll toss your coconut cream in the ditch. This is 4x9, so 4 inches tall, 9 inches across. That's a nice little cake. You know, we're not supposed to eat too much cake. Cut back on sweets. And again, it's a pressed glass piece, and so it's going to go back to sometime before 1920. And we'll count it down. Do you like it? I just love clear glass. Don't understand why it's not popular. It goes with everything. Thrifter, not hoarder. I'm right in there with you. Jackie, I hope Santa Claus got to you. You want to see what one ginger snap looks like on it?
That's not enough to satisfy my sugar craving.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vinny.
All right, I'm going to refresh. All right, and it looks like it went to Yvette Gabori for $38.
Now, I'm going to look on here. I'm going to ask you to spell Gabori. Who'd you say? Zsa Zsa Gabor.
It's basically spelled the same way. So it's Gabouri.
I like that name. Is it Yvette with a Y?
Yep, Gabori.
Yvette, that's fantastic. Vinny, when I'm holding up the next, and thank you, Yvette. When I'm holding up the next, before I hold up the next piece, Vinny, would you go over the nuts and bolts while I get the next piece ready? You know, email and shipping and all that mess.
Okay, so Scott, if you have not purchased from him before, he does need you to send your name, your YouTube name, your PayPal email, and your shipping address to oldcuriositysshop99@gmail.com. The comment is pinned at the very top of the chat, so you can copy and paste his email into yours, so you can send him the information that you need.
And you don't have to do it tonight. I'm going to bed when we turn this thing off at 10:30, 10:45.
Me too, probably.
I'll work on the invoices tomorrow morning. If you have to get up, well, we all have to get up and go to work. I get up in the morning and I go to work.
Me too.
If you can't get the invoice done until tomorrow night when you get home from work, try to get it to me like before. I start getting nervous by 8 p.m. the day after the auction if I haven't heard from everybody. So not that I want to get the information to you right away, the invoice, and then we can go ahead and wrap up the deal. So make sure you get all that information to me, and I'll get those invoices out tomorrow. Look at this thing. We're starting at $29 on it. And as I said in my video, my feeling was that this piece and this piece, which is coming up a little bit later, are not old. Any older than... Huh?
I put in sold in my chat thing, so that way when you say it, I can I can just push the button and there it goes. So I had to cancel it.
Vinny, we're going to have to reduce your salary.
All right.
My thought was that these two pieces were not old American cut glass, but rather something made in Poland or Czechoslovakia within the last 30 years. That's not old to me, but I know some people will still say they're vintage. Look at this great big thing. Once again, probably made in Czechoslovakia or Poland within the last 30 years. The bidding on it starts at $29. There's
Okay.
no...
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Everybody, if you're on StreamYard, I apologize. You're still going to see that sold. I hit the button by accident, so please ignore it. The auction is still going on if you are interested in bidding.
Vinny, you trying to sabotage me out there in Maryland?
No.
Don't get this Jersey boy all fired up. I'm just playing. We're starting at $29 on it, and it is a great big, it almost reminds me of a hair receiver or a lady's powder jar. But I'm going to hold it still. Did I tell you that it is 8 inches across? So this is the base, 8 inches across, and it's lead crystal. Trust me, it weighs 8 pounds. Look at how beautiful the inside is. No chipping around this. I mean, what would you put in this, everybody? Candy? Look at that.
Ginger snaps.
There you go. There's no chipping here. Again, as I always say, you'll feel a little bit of roughness, but you feel it and you don't see it. Now we'll put it all back together again. There's Southern Buckeye. Did you hear me complimenting you a minute ago? You better have heard me complimenting you, because I did.
Yeah.
Oh, fresh blueberries.
Oh, Maine blueberries.
Now this is cut. Someone sat and cut these facets out of there. And you know, when you rub your hands over it, you feel cut glass. So, all right, good. I'm glad you did hear that. So we'll count this. It's huge and heavy, and we're going to count it down. I'm not sure where we are in the bids.
Carol Perrin at 31.
At 31, and here comes the warning for the countdown on the Polish or Czechoslovakian, probably, yeah, crystal, big thing. Put in it what you want. Sure would hold a lot of false eyelashes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'm gonna refresh real quick.
Let me get it out of the way. So I don't
All right. And it looks like, okay, he's not back yet.
Who? I can hear you.
Okay, so it was Margaret Howell for 42.
Margaret. Thank you once again, Margaret, at 42. I appreciate that. Okay. We're at 8:48. I need to speed it up because we're not halfway. Would it be okay if we go just a little bit past 10 o'clock tonight? Could we go till about 10:15 if I can't get it all in?
Yeah, should be fine.
I have never had a dog in my life. I've only had cats. Doesn't mean I don't like dogs. I've just never had one. Are they Irish setters? I will wait for you to tell me. Vinny, what are they?
Listen, I know dog breeds like I know the Pythagorean theorem.
Here we go. Somebody says yes, no. I love it because you always get whenever I do this. So some people say yes, they are. Some people say no, they aren't. That's what happened to me with all that antique jewelry. I thought I was confused before I asked everybody. Now I'm even more confused. We're going to go back and look at that antique jewelry another time. I don't know what these things are, but they're either Irish setters, Springer Spaniels, or Britney Spears. I don't know. And somebody else says English. What?
Yeah, oh my God.
What?
Britney Spaniels, not Britney Spears.
I don't know. Well, anyway, whatever those things are, and whatever that thing is, I'm selling them both together. Okay. Now, we start out at $12.
All right.
$12. Now, here's what you're going to get. This is an antique print. All right. It's an antique print. And you say, well, how do you know that? All right. There's no date on it. I don't need a date. Look at that frame. The frame is made of oak, and it has this little beading on here where it has chipped off in several places. Now, that's not gesso, but it is a sort of it's wood, and it's compressed, it's glued on there. They decorated frames that way many, many, many years ago. And it is chipping off. You'll see it goes all the way down, and then it's chipping off in places. So there's damage to the outside of the frame. The print, however, is in beautiful condition. And we can see that this is at least from about that's not even a 1920s era frame. It's right around that era, but this is probably more like 1905 to 1918, somewhere right in there. And you can see it's small. It's a small print. Don't forget you're getting him as well. And it measures 6.5 by 8.5, the little print. And I put him with it because I thought he was the same kind of a dog. And he is made in Japan. He's a little porcelain piece, and he's got green and black. And he says, Pico. Wait a minute, get over there. Japan on the bottom. So he goes way back. And I just thought anyone who likes this breed or has this breed, whether it's a spaniel or well, we're not going to go down that again. What did everybody decide that they were, Vinny?
I guess some kind of spaniel or something. English setters. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing in the chat.
Okay. It's really cute. The print is in good shape. It doesn't have water damage. It's not faded. Silverfish haven't picked at it. It's just a charming little turn of the century print of pups, and we'll count it down. No damage on the dog either. Ready?
Ready when you are.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Yeah, see, that's what I thought, because their tails are pointing, but I don't know.
All right, so it looks like we have Melody Southern Buckeye for 33.
Melody, since you won, I want to know, do you have that breed? Do you love that breed? What attracted you to it? Well, we pull up the next thing.
And the Florida Golden Girl said the year of that pick is 1915.
Now, I would like you to tell me, how did you Google it? Do you know the person who painted it? How do you? I'm not doubting you, but I like to learn, so I want to know, where did you get 1915 from? And I was right in there, wasn't I? I said, where'd you get 1915 from? It's a painting. It's a print of a famous painting. So maybe you have looked up the painting. It's really helpful when people give me their references, because it helps me learn. I'm not doubting you. I just want to learn. English setters are sweet dogs. Did she say, Vinny?
Yeah, she says, no, I'm familiar with that type of print because I've seen it before. Okay, so she said in England, I think is what she meant to say.
So what you mean? So you're saying circa 1915? Yeah. Circa meaning about. Yeah. Yeah. That type of. See, and I can tell that from the frame and from the backing, from the way the print is done. If it had been done later than that, they would have been stylized differently. The colors would have been different. Okay, that's helpful. So circa 1915. I'm in total agreement with you.
Because she mentioned the Westminster Dog Show, and I missed it because the chat jumped.
Well, and I'm hoping Melody will tell us. Oh, it just mentions. Well, I better keep going because it's hard for me to see it all. Vinny, interrupt me anytime.
Okay.
We have 4 Crooksville plates, 4 of them. They measure 8 by 8. They're all in pastels, and we're going to start the bidding at $8. Now, before you bid, there are no visible chips from the front. There are no visible cracks. Well, there are no cracks anywhere. You will get this kind of little chippy poo, you know, on the back, right? See that? Which you don't see from the front. So one of them has a tiny chip on the back. That one doesn't. That one does, but not from the front. You get the idea? So Crooksville. And we have 4 different lovely pastel colors. I know that my light is washing them out, so I'll back up and I'll let you see them now. Hopefully a little bit better. You see? Can you see the colors? Is that better, Vinny?
There we go. That's better.
Pink, yellow, green, and blue. Pink, yellow, green, and blue. And these probably date to the 40s. And they're lovely. You can hang them on a wall. And I hope I told you that we're starting at $8 on the 4 plates.
You did. And we have some bids. So we've got Bonnie Abrams at 40.
There's lovely pink. Pink, pink. I didn't say it. You can say it, Vinny.
You stink.
Ah! There's yellow. Look at the fruit. Now, these are decals. This is American-made stuff. Crooksville, China Company, made in America. There's green. And there's the pretty blue. I wish I had enough hands so I could do them all. I'm going to drop them. Watch me drop them.
Scott the octopus.
Well, somebody got mad at me in a video and they said, what did she say? Or he say? Oh, it doesn't matter. Don't hold the camera in one hand and pick up the glass with your other hand. I said, well, I only got 2 hands. What do you want me to do? I'm just playing. So there they are. Look at that.
Those are great for spring.
Oh, I know.
Coming up because of the different pastels.
Yeah, I'd hang them up in the kitchen.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, count the bad boys down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Vinny.
All right. Okay, so it looks like we've got Bonnie Abrams at $40.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And Tippy Winks, Christy, I read your comment. I just have to keep my eyes on the chat and everything. I will try to keep my eyes peeled for Pomeranian stuff. I don't see it very often, but, you know, you just never know what you'll find up here. Hi, Katie.
Okay, next up we start with a daisy and button variant. This is weird. This is EAPG Early American Pressed Glass, Early American Pattern Glass. And it is a butter dish, and it is referred to as the daisy and button variant. Now, if you watched my video when I showed it off the first time, I found this in my pressed glass book, and the authors of the book were unaware of the maker. They had a feeling it was, oh, what did I say in the video? Not US glass. Oh, I don't remember now, but they couldn't, oh, drat. Whoever watched that video, if you remember, the point is, we don't really know who made it. But it does date to that EAPG era, and we know we're talking about a span of 50 years or so. What a really fine looking butter dish with damage on the inside rim right there. Now that's the lip on the inside that you don't see. Yeah. There we go. Nice big hunk of it missing. That's the only, I know that looks horrible, but when it's in place, you don't see it. And I would actually file that down a little bit so that it's not quite as sharp. But this is a very unusual piece of EAPG, and the authors of the book that I read were puzzled as to who the maker was. And this was an extensive book. So if you are a collector of unusual EAPG, which is early American pressed glass, and we can quibble over the dates, but just for the sake of 1870 to 1920, so about 50 years or so when this pressed glass was made. So if we don't have any interest on the daisy and button, we're going to throw this up in the eBay store. Do we have any bids, Vinny?
You didn't tell me the start price.
Oh, well, it starts at 15.
Okay.
Vinny, you can interrupt me anytime because I sometimes get carried away. And ooh. Okay, we can always go back to that because
we've got some offers.
I didn't hear you.
We have offers.
Okay, well then we'll go ahead and we'll give it about 10 seconds. That will be the warning, and then I'll count down this unusual butter dish. I think a lot of our folks know that butter came in great big a big 1 pound hunk, not those little long little skinny things that we have today. Or people made their own and paddled it, you know, into big rectangular chunks. So the daisy and button variant butter dish. My favorite part is that handle right there. I love that.
Yeah, it's a cool handle.
I know. Okay.
Let's get a bow tie.
Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Daisy and button variant, maker not really known, at least not when.
Okay, so we have the highest offer to Cat Gibbons for $35.
Cat Gibbons,
Gibbons, Givens, all one word.
Cat, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is 9:03, and we are just about halfway through. Yeah, I think we're halfway through, and that means it's time for a little intermission. I like to do that to give everybody a break. Go on and run and get your cap off whatever it is you're sipping. Go and get some more Fig Newtons. We'll take a little 5-minute intermission. Vinny, would you like to tell us a joke during the 5-minute intermission?
I can tell a joke, yeah.
Well, we're waiting for you.
All right, so how do you get a tissue to dance?
How do you get a tissue to dance?
Mm-hmm.
I would crank up the Victrola. I don't know.
You put a little boogie in it.
Vinny. Now you see, you
see, got it.
Well, the good news, Vinny, is half the people are on intermission. They didn't hear it. They're in the bathroom. They're out in the kitchen.
Hey, I gotta tell dad jokes because the other jokes that I know I can't say on YouTube.
I'm dipping my ginger snap into my. I'll tell you one. Hey, Vinny.
Yeah.
Did you know that I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, but I'm okay now because I turned myself around.
Oh my God, that is such a bad dad joke. Oh my word.
Whose was better, everybody? Mine or Vinny's?
They were both good.
No, I'm asking the people, not you. Be quiet. Which one was better, the people? And you won't offend me if you vote for Vinny, but you know mine was better.
I love the Merry Widows comment.
D, you voted for Vinny. I'm gonna charge you extra shipping.
Mary Widows
Helen. Oh.
The Merry Widow said, I already knew what the punchline was, but I still laughed like an insane patient when you said it.
Well, what are you going to do?
We can tell more dad jokes. I've got a couple of them.
I think the people have had I think it's 9:06. That means the 5-minute intermission is over.
Okay.
Are they ready for me to come on back, everybody? If you still have your volume on and you're in the bathroom, come on, get out here.
I like what Susan Martha said. She said Vinny's was perfect because it was right when you were taking a bite of your cookie.
I noticed that. Hey, listen. If you want to hang around and really get the party started, wait until about 10:15 when I open up my Nutri-Grain fruit and veggie bar made with apples and carrots. Did you guys know that I got this for free? They were handing them out on the street. See that?
I've never seen those ones.
I know. See, they stand on the corner in Philly and they hand stuff out. Now, I have 2 lamps. I have a pair of them. I guess that's what 2 is, isn't it?
I guess.
We're starting at $24 for the pair. No damage. Beautiful sockets have been tested. The cords are in great shape. They are ready to use in your home. Pick the shades of your desire. Now, I'm going to put this one down because it's got the cord wrapped all around it. But understand that there are 2 of them, and they stand 11 inches tall from the base to the top of the socket, minus my inappropriate light bulb. So we have nice old nickel sockets, elegant glass with chrome separators here, dividers. And we come down to an old-fashioned, 19th century candle. And these would have been dresser lamps for the bedroom in a colonial revival style, which was all the rage, 30s and 40s. And these are going to date somewhere from, we'll say, mid-30s to mid-40s. They stand 11 inches tall. And there is no damage on either one. As I've said, if you have any questions, please ask. This is what the cord looks like. The plugs are fine. Yeah. Unmarked, but American made. And I don't really have any, I'm not selling them with lampshades because the lampshades that I have are not the right size, but you're going to want a lampshade a little bit bigger than that, but just to give you the idea of the thing. And I can't plug this one in because I can't get to my socket. But aren't they cute for the bedroom? So that's the warning. And the countdown is coming. Warning for the countdown. I guess I should say. That sounded weird. So here comes the countdown. Get your bids in before we start counting it down so you don't miss. 1940s glass bedroom lamps. And here we go. Ready, Vinny? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You light up my life.
Okay, refreshing. And it looks like Sandra Garcia comes in at the win for $100.
Where is my, oh my word, I dropped my pen. Sandra, 100, Vinny?
Yep.
Sandra Garcia. Sandra, thank you. You are a sweetie. And Sandra, you are absolutely fine. What did we, there was something we had to, I don't forget what it was. Was it Sandra or was it somebody else? Where we weren't sure whether you were going to purchase something or not. It might have, it might have been someone else. Everything worked out.
It was that book and it was fine.
No, before that it was the cat, but we settled that. There was a cat bookend I had last week. I had a little bit of damage on it.
Oh,
we sold that. Yeah, I sold that to the second highest bidder and it all worked out fine. So listen, anytime I do everything that I can, I want you to enjoy the things and be satisfied. And I really do not get hung up. This is retail. And sometimes, you know, it doesn't always go perfectly, but I always try to work things out with everybody. So very good. We're good on that. Now I've got 12 plates. I want everybody to ask me at the same time. And Vinny, you know what I want everybody to ask me.
Oh, yes, I know exactly what you want them to ask you.
Go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask me.
You want me to while they're doing it in the chat?
I want you to ask me.
All right. Do they glow?
Yes, they glow. Now, they glow a little bit. There is uranium in these. I've got 12 of them. One of them is chipped, just one. Don't bid yet because you've got to hear about the condition. Unless you don't care about the condition. The bidding will start at $20 for 12 plates. And before you start bidding, one plate has a really bad ouch right there. That Uncle Henry did that. Yep. He got into the apricot and carrot Nutri-Grain bars, and that's what happened. He had too many. So we have one bad one.
Yes, exactly.
A little bit of scratching on there. Now, I don't know what Pam said, Vinny, whatever you're saying. You talking about
Amy
me?
just said Vaseline uranium, right?
The thing with these plates is that they're etched and they were gilded. And boy, I tell you, Granny took an SOS pad to some of these. You got a lot of gilding on those. Some you got, it's almost completely gone on others. They're not. So having said that, $20, they measure 8 by 8. There are 12 of them. And the gilding on there is in various stages of completeness or removal. And you can love them that way. Look at that. See how it's gone and then you get it there. Or you can scrub it all off. Wouldn't matter, make any difference to me. And that one's completely got its gilding on it. And that one is all blotchy. 12 of them, 8 by 8. And there is some uranium in them, and they will glow under a black light. And what else was I going to tell you about these? I can't remember. Hello? Did I tell you? Yeah, 8 by 8, 12. No bids? All right, put them down.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, maker, who knows? One of the good glass companies, one of the 30 glass companies that were making them in the 20s. They're not marked. So we're talking about the Fostoria and the Cambridge people rather than the McKee and the Anchor Hocking. So they're very heavy. All right, so should I count them down? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, they're heavy. 5.
And don't hurt yourself.
4. I am old. 3.
No, you're not.
Well, you always say I am. 2, 1. Take it away, Vinny.
All right, and it looks like we got Miss Bonnie Abrams for 50.
Let me set these over here on the floor. I didn't hear you, so let me come back.
Okay.
Okay, shoot, Vinny.
Bonnie Abrams for 50.
Bonnie again. Thank you, Bonnie.
Yep.
I don't know if my Texas friends are here, David and Tammy, but we're supposed to do, David and I will be live next month, a week from tonight, on this time on my channel, with the two gents, the two guys. Vinny, didn't you, when I said the two gents, didn't you say the two old curmudgeons?
I said the two old chaps.
Oh, see, you did call me old. Stop denying it.
I'm not denying it. It was just what I thought the title was.
Mm-hmm.
Two old chaps. It's catchy.
Oh yeah. Don't try to clean it up.
Well, if
We
it's
have
not broken, why fix it?
We have a lovely print of Saint Cecilia, who I think was the music saint. It measures 7 by 8.5. We're starting at $8, and it is beautiful. It's got the most beautiful little tinting to it. I will hold it still. I know there's going to be light that reflects. I can't do anything about it. I'm jiggling it to try to get it. Okay, that helps a little bit. Look at how lovely that is. This dates to the arts and crafts era. We're right in the World War I era. It's a beautiful print of Saint Cecilia, and we can see down here it says Saint Cecilia. It's in an old frame, and she's sitting at her pipe organ. And I guess if I had gotten, if you zoom in, it does give you the printing company down in here, but I didn't zoom in on it. So, but Saint Cecilia, look at the coloring in the print. Isn't that lovely? See the organ pipes? And the cherubs come. That's just a charming print. In wonderful condition. It has not been taken out of the frame. That's the old paper back. And it's nice and flat. I don't see any foxing. I don't see any foxing is when moisture gets in and you get brown speckles. And so we'll give you the warning and we'll count it down on the beautiful old Saint Cecilia print. Yeah. Okay. Look how lovely that frame is. So we're going to say, wow, we have 599. I am so excited. Can you give me a thumbs up? I normally don't ask.
Thumb up.
But I'll ask tonight. I appreciate that, everyone. I'm so glad you're here and spending time with us and these neat old things. So we'll count Saint Cecilia down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, Vinny.
All right. All right, so we are at...
I love that print.
Let me just make sure that I got this correct. All right, so it looks like we have KB at 40.
Thank you, KB. Thank you so much. And you know that I'll put as much as I can for anyone who buys multiples. I put as much as I can in one box to pack it as safe as possible. I've got another print for you. See, when you watch my videos where I give you the live sale preview, I don't show you everything. You have to tune in and get surprised. So I'm going to surprise you now. Huh? Thank you, KB. We have an R. Atkinson Fox print. There it is. Look at that beautiful thing. Now, you guys know that R.A. Fox, R. Atkinson Fox, was making prints same time as Maxfield Parrish. He's not as well known as Maxfield, but not the same quality, but I'm not poo-pooing him. I love my Maxfield Parrish prints, and I love Fox prints as well. We're starting at $12, and this measures 12.5 by 9 on the R.A. Fox print. Now, I will get it up and hold it still for you, but I will first tell you that it is untitled. Many times, the old back paper would have a label here with the title on it. And that old brown paper comes off. And so the tag is missing. And sometimes the title is Garden of Alibaba or Staircase of Dreams or, you know, Cottage Fantasy. You'd get all these fanciful names, lots of blue. And we do see here it is signed. Can you see there? R. Atkinson Fox. That's the original frame. Original frames are very important on Fox prints and on Maxfield Parrish prints, the original frames. That's what the collectors want. And the nice thing about this beautiful print is there's no foxing, so we don't see foxing, not, you know what I mean, the damage to the print from moisture. We don't have any rippling, no silverfish, no water damage. And I already took it out of the frame, cleaned the glass both sides and put it back in. So it's just if you like this era print, that's for you. And it's going to date sometime in the 1920s. Fox prints are very, I've got Fox print. I've got Maxfield Parrish prints on the wall, and I've got Fox prints on the wall. In fact, I'm looking at one right over there. You can't see, but this one is for sale. And we'll count it down.
Oh, I gotta put sold.
Are we good, Vinny?
Yeah, I just have to type in sold in my little text box.
We'll count down the Fox print. And usually there's like half-naked women lounging around the place, but we don't have anybody naked on this one.
Shoot, you did if there was.
There wouldn't be anything wrong if there was. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Vinny.
All right.
On the Fox print.
All right. So Margaret Howell gets that for 45.
Margaret Howell.
Yep.
Margaret, thank you once again. Now I've got to go get, my matches so you can see what this looks like. It's not a fairy lamp, but you could turn it into one if you want. This thing is gorgeous, and I guess I should get that out of there. Let me get that out of there. There's no damage on it. It's extremely heavy lead crystal. It's probably only about 30 years old, probably once again made in Poland or Czechoslovakia, and it is cut. We're starting at $22 on this piece. It measures 7 by 6. It looks like a crystal snowball. Now, I'm going to go and show you what it looks like when you put a candle in it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's unsigned, but it's typical of the work done in continental Europe. Look at this. All the facets here are cut. You have areas that are frosted. It's completely undamaged. Look at the top. Really, these would be called rose bowls. But boy, oh boy, you could do anything that you wanted with this. And when you stick a candle down in it, I put a candle in it and turned out all the lights. I don't know if you saw in my video. Did you see in my I put a video up of it in my what are they called, shorts? Yeah. Did you see that, Vin?
I didn't.
And the flickering light, the shadow of all these cut roses, these cut whatever, pinwheels, whatever, it flickered on the wall. It was really nice. Let me light it up. Let me stick a candle. Oh, if you're going to put a candle in it, make sure it's a candle already in glass, and don't let it burn all the way down to the bottom. You're going to be okay if you burn down most of the way, but don't burn down too much, because you can crack untempered glass. There's a way to do it safely. Let me grab my matches.
Tea light motive, everyone, or maybe one of those battery operated tea lights would be best in that. My personal preference anyway, because it's not dangerous.
Yeah. You can do battery operated if you want. I like the real flicker of the flame. And as long as you're there with it, you can't light it and then go off and do your grocery shopping.
Oh, heck no.
Let me light it for you. It's not going to show up as nice as I'd like it to, because we've got, it's so well lit in here. That you can't tell, can you? If I turned off all the lights, I wish I could turn off all the lights.
Why don't you do it real quick?
Vinny, oh, they don't want me to do that. I'd like to, though, but just trust me. You put this on like your center table, and it's like a glowing snowball.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was really attracted to it for that. Anyway, I can't really get the effect. Ooh. I feel like Madame Leota in the Haunted Mansion at Disney World. With the floating head, wasn't that Madame Leota? Count it down. It really is a pretty piece. And so much lead, there must be, I don't know how much lead is in this thing, but I bet it weighs 10 pounds. So we'll count it down. Ready, folks? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. I had this lit the other night for about 3 hours, and it just, the patterns that it put on the wall, I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed.
Alrighty, so you're looking at Pam Avery for 110.
Pam Avery?
Mm-hmm.
Pam Avery. Thank you so much, Pam. This tea is almost... It stays hot. I have it on a warmer. Look at this.
Cynthia, you may be lagging. When he said 1, I put it in. Our internet speeds vary.
Yeah, good time to remind everybody. The lag is nothing that anyone has control over. It has to do with internet speeds and the devices that you're using. So refresh. Lags happen in every live sale, and it simply is, again, Vinny, I'm not sure what else to say, but that, yeah, it's...
It is what it is.
Now, you solve that. Don't bid yet. What you didn't see is I went back to the store. And guess what happened when I went back to the store? I got the whole set of 3. Now, there may have been 4. I thought that was a mixing bowl, and now I'm thinking that these are refrigerator dishes. And here's why. But let me go ahead and tell you, we're going to start, so we can start bidding now. We're going to start at $22. I have 3 bowls. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There could have been a 4th one larger than this, and I could have looked it up in my dinnerware book, but I didn't have time. I know they're from the 40s. I know they're made by that Cambridge pottery conglomerate, Universal Cambridge oven proof. That was well, we won't go into all that now, but look at these. They're from the 40s, and there aren't any chips on them. And these things are just wonderful. Now, the littlest one has a lid. That's the reason why I think maybe instead of mixing bowls, it was a refrigerator bowl set. So there was probably a lid on this one. There was probably a lid on this one because there's a lid on this one. Does that make sense? This little guy is 4 inches. His middle brother is 5, and his big brother is 6 inches in diameter across the top. It's hard for me to show you all 3 of them at the same time, but we don't have chips on them, but you will get a little bit of that crazy staining in the glaze from use. But what's neat is to display them is when you do one like this, you know how you do, and you put something inside of it, and then you put the next one so that you display it like that. This is not coming out the way I want, but you know what I'm trying. And then the next one, like you stack them up like that, like they do with the Pyrex bowls. So from the 40s, and everybody laughed at me when I said that was a ham. Doesn't it look like a calico ham?
It does.
Well, what else would it be?
I don't know. Maybe some kind of fruit. Because it's a fruit bowl or a produce bowl. But it does look like a ham, though.
I thought it was a ham. So I'm not sure if we have any bids on it. I thought that we did. I thought that we would, because finding all 4 of these now are all 3 of them, and you can do some research and find out if there was a 4th one larger than this. But they seem like refrigerator containers rather than mixing bowls, especially since we know at least one of them has a lid. Okay, so we're going to count these guys down if there are no questions on them. Huh?
Scott and his pork products.
What? Well, you know I love some ham. Okay, so here they go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Vinny gets the last word.
All right, so we have Joan Griswell at 75.
Is it Griswell? Try to remember, Joan. I think so.
Yep. Griswell.
75.
Yep.
Joan Griswell.
Okay.
Joan, thank you, Joan. Thank you. Do you decorate your kitchen in the 40s style? Are you going to decorate with them? You know what would be a good idea? You know what I would love to do? I would love to do a thing. Don't do it yet, because I got to think about it. Where people send me photographs of items that they've bought from the old curiosity shop, and I get to see how you decorate your home with them, and I could do a collage. Wouldn't that be neat, Vinny?
It would be.
Should I do that? Do you want to do that, everybody? Should we do that sometime? I think I'd love to see what everybody does. KP says yes, do it. Oh, you have a 1945 cottage in the mountains. Joan, they're going to be perfect.
Okay, before we start this offer up again, I do want to remind everyone, please keep your chatter down to a minimum while these offer ups are going by, because I'm having to scroll up pretty far for those offers that are coming in. I really appreciate it and thank you. So what is the... Yeah.
Especially during the countdown, Vinny?
Yes.
Okay. You tell us what makes it easier for you. Okay. So this is a Porcelier pot. We're starting at $19. It has no damage. It is 6 inches tall. A Porcelier pot. Now, the Porcelier company, we're familiar. I'll let you see the Porcelier mark on the bottom, which right now is upside down. We've got wonderful sort of autumn colored stylized crocus. I don't know. And on the top, we've got black and orange stripes. Love the black and orange with this sort of creamy, what's this buff color behind it? It's not white. Kind of like a vellum color glaze. Porcelier is hefty. It's thick. It's like porcelain with muscle. If you've ever dealt with this, isn't that Porcelier is not this paper thin lusterware from Japan. This is strong, good American porcelain. Nothing wrong with the paper thin lusterware, but this is good, heavy, strong stuff. You can see almost the quality of restaurant ware. Now these pots almost always came with a drippolator, and they're almost always missing. So you can attach the aluminum drippolator to it so you can have your drip coffee or your drip whatever. You can find them or just use it the way that it is. I have a Porcelier book. I don't know that more than one was written, but the one that I have, this wasn't in it. That may mean that it's a difficult to find piece of Porcelier because it wasn't in the book. Yeah. So if you're a teapot collector, or if you're a Porcelier collector, how many cups? I don't know how many cups it would hold, but it is 6 inches tall. What would you estimate, everybody? It's 6 inches tall and about 4 inches in diameter. That's got to hold 4 to 6 cups, wouldn't you estimate? About 4 to 6 cups. Cups meaning measuring cups, you know, of something like that. Yeah. Something like 4 to 6 cups. So anyway, no crazing, and Porcelier is really excellent quality. It's hard wearing. So we'll count it down. Okay, here we go, counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the Porcelier pot.
All righty. And we've got Luann Anderson for 56.
Luann Anderson?
Mm-hmm. Anderson as in Andersen.
Okay. Vinny, while I get the next item, could you remind everyone who's watching, and bear with us when we do this, but I think it's helpful for folks who might be new. Vinny, can you remind them about the information, what's to be emailed?
Alrighty, so everyone, please, if you have not done so already, only if you've made a claim tonight, please make sure you email Scott at the Old Curiosity Shop at oldcuriosity.shop99@gmail.com. All the information that he needs from you is pinned at the very top of the chat. Name, YouTube name, PayPal email, and your shipping address so he knows where to send you your items. And he's shipping from New Jersey, Philly area.
I really made Vinny do that because I wanted to eat a ginger snap.
Oh, it's all right.
Now.
And hi, Nate.
Hi, Nate, and you are welcome. Your mug is out there in my kitchen right now, but it'll soon be on its way to New Zealand. Now, everybody who says I don't sell enough mid-century modern, you're right, I don't, but I should. And here is a mid-century modern. Help me out. Fiberglass lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it on.
Love that chartreuse color.
All right. Now, where's my yardstick? We're starting at $22 on it. It's got these little black legs. I like the socket because it's Bakelite and it's got little speckles on it. We don't have burn marks. This seems to be the original twine or whatever it is around the top. You will notice when I turn it off, you'll see. Now this is fiberglass that you can, right? Isn't that fiberglass shade?
Yes, it is.
Or whatever they call it. And so there's a couple little where they're not dense, but what would I say there? Ripples?
Like ripples, wrinkles, you know typical things with old lamps like that.
Okay. So should I measure it? I apologize because I lost my ruler and I had to do everything with a great big old dumb yardstick.
Creases is a better word. Thank you, Lori.
Okay. Yeah, sort of close to a crease, but it's all original and the little black legs haven't been repainted. The cord is good and you turn it on with a little twisty thing here. And it stands from the floor. Well, it's 12 inches tall, this thing. TV lamp, whatever you want it to be. So are we in the early 60s with this thing?
Probably late mid 50, like 1955, maybe to the early 60s.
Mary Royer, you are funny. I love your sense of humor because you know I can be sarcastic. You know I can be sarcastic, so I like it when you give it back to me. So there it is. Is it chartreuse or is it? I guess so.
Yeah, I would say a chartreusey color.
Light bulb not included. No batteries needed. 60s-ish. Okay, we'll count it down. Ready, guys? This is the warning on the countdown on this lamp. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
All right.
Anybody?
Yes.
I hope so.
All right, so Cat Givens for 25.
Okay, Cat. Cat for 25. Cat Givens. Cat Givens for 20. Okay. Pink share boost. Blah, 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 blah. Let's do one more piece of glass. One more piece of glass, and then I've got a bunch of old cookbooks. Ephemera. Wait a minute. No chips on the sawtooth. I feel a tiny flea bite on one tooth. We got one little cavity on that tooth, but you can't see it. You can only feel it. Other than that, I do not see or feel any chips. It's a center bowl or a console bowl. It is pressed glass, not cut. And it is either made by Imperial or McKee, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you the bidding begins at $12, and it's 12 inches from here to here, 12 inches, and it's nice and oval shape. So if you want to put it on a mantle or a skinny hall, a skinny type of a table, it's not crystal, meaning lead crystal. It's not hand cut, but it's the kind of thing that we call EAPG, Early American Pressed Glass. And it is signed deep down on the inside, and they didn't stamp it very hard. In other words, the mold was used quite a bit, so it's not that sharp, and you're not going to see it. I'm going to be able to see it, and I can see it. Down in here, it is stamped, and it's either stamped new cut or press cut. Oh, there's another one that they stamp it with. And Imperial did it, and so did McKee. So it's either going to be a McKee or an Imperial piece, but it's so hard to tell whether it's press cut or new cut. I can't tell you which company it is, but that's it. It's a pretty piece, nice for fruit, potpourri, cat food. You got a big cat. And I cannot tell you how excited I am and delighted I am and thrilled to be bringing back the clear glass. I will find it and buy it when I can find good pieces in good condition. And I'm so glad that it is appreciated. I really am, because you get a whole... Huh? What? You talking to me, Vinny? Did we lose Vinny? I think we might have lost Vinny. Well,
it's still buffering.
Oh, I'm buffering? I don't hear. Well, we'll count it down. Yeah, Patty, that's right. Near cut. That's the one I forgot. Press cut, new cut, near cut. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And which one was McKee? New cut, press cut. What are some of the new cut, press cut, near cut? Vinny, are we okay? Where's Vinny? Hello, Vinny. I might have to call this one myself. I don't see Vincent. Maybe I need to bring him back in. Bear with me for a minute, folks. We lost our Vinny. Boy, that's not good. Well, if we lost him, I'm not sure how to get him back. Well, I think
I have no idea what just happened.
I think I might have Vinny back. Okay, let me count this down, and then I'll fix the screen. Vinny, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, so we'll count this one down.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we'll count this one down. Now, I'm sorry, everyone, just a technical glitch. Now we have to go past 10 p.m. All right, here comes the warning on the countdown, warning on the countdown, and we're going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7.
There we go.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we're okay now, Vinny.
Okay, so I'm refreshing my chat. All right, so sold to Karen K for $45.
Karen Kay.
Yep.
Karen K. Okay, thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen. We have got. I'll tell you what's left in case you're hanging in there, because it is now 9:50, and we do sell until 10 p.m. Sometimes we go a little bit later than that. I'm going to do 2 little lampshades, not that big. I'm not auctioning off that big. Somebody asked me about that Porcelier shade. I still need to see if that fits one of my lamps in the basement. If it doesn't, then I will be selling it, but that might wind up on eBay. So I appreciate you asking me. I'm going to sell 2 little lampshades right now, or attempt to anyway, and then we're going to do the old cookbooks. That'll be the last thing that we do. So I have a stack, just to let you know. I've got a stack from the 20s and 30s. I've got a stack from the 40s into the 50s, and I've got a great big stack of old appliances. These are, the Mixmaster and the Frigidaire and all of that and the Sunbeam. So we're going to that'll be the last thing we'll do. But let's do these 2 lampshades. I don't know, but whether or not anyone has any interest or use for the lampshades, we'll give it a whirl. And you're still with me, Vinny?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for the thumbs up. And if you're still watching on a computer and you're able to give a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. Is my hat on crooked? At least I don't have that ratty old thing on. Huh? All right.
This extra crap opened.
What are you saying?
I said, no wonder it probably glitched. I had 3 other things opened.
Okay. Ignore the lamp. I'm not selling the lamp. Ignore the light bulb. Just look at the shades. This is one shade from the 30s that originally came with a glass base. That glass base is gone, broken, but we've got the shade. It has a blue frosted color on the outside of it. And it's got one little edge chip. Oh, golly. It's going to be almost impossible to find it. It's there. And actually it's on the inside. Now, let me explain to you if I don't want anybody to bid and not be, I want you to understand what you're getting. You're just getting the glass shade with no hardware, but you can use this on a small lamp that has a harp, or you go out and you buy one of these gizmos. Now, you can get these at some hardware stores, but you can also order them online. This is not included in the auction. So now I'll go ahead and say the bidding starts at $12 on this blue glass shade from the 30s. Go and get one of these. Put it together. Starting at $12 on this little shade here. And then it can float on top of a light bulb. That's the wrong size light bulb. I didn't have the right size, but you get the idea. Now we will turn it on, and it's beautiful because of the way the light. I've got lights on to show up the what I'm doing, so I know it washes it out. It's prettier in person, but a light pale blue, and this could be used on any type of a lamp base that you would like. This really isn't the right size lamp base, but you get the effect of it all the same. Yeah, not that bad. So that's a pretty little thing. I'm going to turn it off now.
Huda wants to know if they'll fit the floral lamps that she bought from you.
I am having a hard time right now remembering what lamps you're talking about, and I would hesitate to say because of measurement wise.
I think the lamps from last week. The little ones.
I'm just not able to remember. I apologize. I just, my mind just, I don't even remember what the lamps were. I only have that one shade though, Poodle. So if I sold you a pair of lamps, don't you want two shades that match? I honestly don't remember, and I apologize what those lamps were. So you get the shade, you've got to go get this gizmo, right?
The orchid lamps, Julie says.
Oh, those. I would say no. Definitely not that big orchid lamp, and the little one is probably not the right size either. I would go with silk or parchment shades or cloth shades on those lamps because they're porcelain, because they are ceramic. That would be my recommendation.
Okay. And then Crystal Schaffner wants to know, what is that thing that you call when you put it on the light bulb? That's just a light bulb clip, right?
I don't know what hardware stores call that. I mean, a lampshade light bulb adapter finial clip thing. I really don't know what the official name for that is. I know that hardware stores have them. I know that you can find them online. If you Google how do you clip a lampshade to a light bulb, I guess you should maybe be able to find it. I can kind of do some research after I go off the air to try to find out for you. I only have this one, so I don't want to part with it. Someone is saying you can get those on Amazon, so that's helpful, Joan, to tell everyone. Okay, so if there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and count this beautiful little shade down from the 30s. And so we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the lampshade.
All right, I am refreshing. And it looks like we got Marion Smith for 40.
Marion Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Marion Smith. Thank you, Marion. I bet you have just the perfect lamp for it. Don't forget, everybody, please, by no later than 8 o'clock tomorrow night, send me your information so I can get those invoices out to you. And if you can do the invoices by tomorrow morning at some point, that's helpful to me. I'll be working on the invoices in the morning. I'm heading out very early, but I'll be back home by about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll be working on invoices from 9 o'clock on and doing the packing and everything. Okay, thank you so much. I've got one more lampshade for you like that. This is a beautiful one that has a very delicate pink shade, pink color to it. And that pink color appears to be in the glass rather than cold painted or fired on. It's a very delicate color that's in this shade. And I see no chips on it. Again, this is going to date to the Depression era, and it almost certainly came with a glass bottom. Most glass lampshades had glass bottoms, especially if they were meant for the bedroom. And we're going to go ahead and get our gizmo in there.
What does it start at?
It starts at $12 like the other one.
Okay.
And that one starts at 12. Okay, so that pretty little thing there. Get it on the lamp. And give you, once again, I don't have the, I'm supposed to be using an old-fashioned round light bulb, and this thing here is the wrong size, so it makes it want to go cattywampus. But let me turn it on. Pretty little lampshade with the pinkish color. It doesn't help that my light bulb is an Edison style light bulb, which is burning very yellow rather than the soft white. So you're not really getting too much pink out of this. But once again, lovely little glass shade. From the era of the 1930s. And we'll go ahead and turn this off. That's an old mahogany lamp. And if there are no questions on it, we're going to go ahead and count it down. It stands 5.5 inches tall. It is a pretty soft color, and my light bulb is actually a little too bright. Put a nice little 15 or 20 watt bulb in there and use it as a little night light somewhere in a bathroom, especially if you like. See this shade here, see that this is a delicate pink and it's almost the same color as that. You haven't heard cattywampus in years? My father always used to say cattywampus. Count it down. Okay, so we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
And it is 10:01.
So we've got Leanne C at 28.
Leanne C, the letter C or S-E-A?
S-E-A-Y.
S-E-A-Y.
You got it.
Leanne S-E-A-Y on the pink shade. Okay, very good. Okay. Thank you so much. It is 10:02. And this is normally when we say toodaloo, but we don't say toodaloo. Don't you turn us off yet. We hang out and chat for a bit and relax. But the extras tonight are 3 lots of little cookbook and kitchen-y book things. And if you're holding on for that, I will not drag it out. I need some fortification. Look at that while I have my fortification. Last bit of tea. How are you doing, Vinny?
I'm all right.
Are you sure are you there? I see I can't see him. I like it better when I can see him. We're going to bring Vinny, comb your hair. We're going to bring you in a minute.
Oh Lord. What are we? How are you?
The people want to see you. No, they're in lots.
Okay, so you're doing individual lots. You're not going to do a choice of the lot. Okay.
We're going to wipe them out. We got 3 lots, and we're going to zip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So what are we starting it out at?
All right, I'm going to tell you. We're going to start with 6 books from the era of the 20s and 30s. And we start at $6 on the 6 books. All 6 of them together in one package. The bidding starts at $6. You win everything on the highest bid. I'll quickly show you what they are, and then we'll look through them just a tad bit slower. We have sun-kissed orange recipes, and I'm going to tell you what. The pictures in here are, I haven't seen pictures like this. Look at the ham.
Ham and orange.
Oh,
Interesting.
Ham with, look at how beautiful. You get that one. You get keep on the sunny side of life. Look at that little 1930s family. And it says A New Way of Living. And this is written by Mr. Kellogg of Battle Creek, Michigan. That's Kellogg's cereal. And he's going to tell you Look, see how happy they are? Because they're not constipated. And no, I'm telling you, they're not constipated because all of the, stuff that has to get through those intestines moves through very quickly when they eat their bran muffins. And look, there she is. Look at her. See? She's putting her bran cereal away in her little Hoosier cabinet, and no one will be constipated. We have the Watkins Cookbook of Winona, Minnesota. I don't know who Watkins is, but he made vanilla flavoring. See that? This is old fashioned.
In there.
I hear you talking, Vinny, but I don't know what you're saying.
I'm thinking out loud. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know if you're talking to me or... So we have all these...
talking to myself.
Rhubarb jam, salads, mustard, spinach emerald, sweet carrots. We have the art of baking bread. Look at that lovely little breakfast table and the window and the curtains. Look at that. And this is for magic yeast. Yeah. And this little cookbook tells, look at the sepia tone pages inside. See that? That just the coloring on the, look at that. I could frame these. You get home desserts and confections of all kinds by the Hippolyte ready-to-use marshmallow cream company. This recipe book is being mailed to you with the compliments of Pearlie's Store, 176 Main Street, Franklin, New Jersey. Yeah. Somebody got this little book, and you get, look, Granny was always clipping stuff out of the paper and sticking it in there and trying to make things. Bride elects hostess. Leave that in there. Everybody still with me?
Yep. And your highest bid right now is $38.
And the last one is Clabber Girl. Yeah. Baking. I think somebody was asking me about Clabber baking powder the last time. That's a pretty sepia tone book there, and a very 30s look to it. Yeah, does it not have that? Looks like an old catalog from the 30s. Look at them. They just got back with their finger waves.
Oh, look at that.
And yeah. What, Vinny?
I said, look at that. I love that hair.
Yeah, and then look, you can see here's there's the tray with the percolator on it and whatnot. Okay, so you get Clabber Girl, home desserts, the art of baking bread, the Watkins cookbook, keep on the sunny side of life, and the sun-kissed orange recipes. Just look at the colors on that.
So should we count that one down?
We're counting it down right now. 10, 9. I got to look at that ham again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm dragging this out a little bit because you got to see it. If I just go cookbooks 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you don't get to see it.
So it was Attic Fair Vintage for $38.
Attic Fair Vintage. Now this was the 6 of them from, okay, 38.
Mm-hmm.
Attic Fair. Thank you, Attic Fair. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's do the Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's do the appliances. These are a trip. 8 of them for different appliances, and I'll try to go a little faster.
Are these the ones that you bought when you were here with me?
I've been collecting these for a while, so
Okay.
yeah, we've added. So let's go through the 8 of these.
What's the start on those?
$8.
Okay.
We're starting out with the Hamilton Beach food converter. Now, I don't know what that thing does. Haven't gotten into it yet. We'll look at it in a minute. Now we have spin cookery. I do spin class at the gym. Am I supposed to take my blender to the gym with me while I'm spinning? Osterizer, blender, cookbook. Now this one looks like we're probably into the 1960s. Maybe well, I guess I could try to find the date. That says 1969 on it. Instructions and recipes. You work wonders with the Hamilton Beach Liquid Blender. See? Teaching her little girl how to operate that blender. You better put the lid on it before you turn it on, dear.
Right.
I've made that mistake, but what do I know about blending? We have a mix master from the 50s.
I have one of those.
The cake
The Mix Master by Sunbeam.
by Sunbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, she didn't have put enough frosting on that cake. Good grief.
Nah, you need a lot more frosting than that.
More? How can you get more frosting on there than that?
I love me some good frosting.
Phew.
My favorite part of the cake.
Yeah, but boy, talk about... Okay, now this one is hilarious. It's a comic book for the Osterizer. Look at the happy family. They're all so thrilled with their blender. They're having a moment. And in here, the whole story of the Osterizer is told in this cookbook, told in this comic book. Now, some of the pictures are going to be a little, this is just bizarre to me that it's in a comic book style. No?
That's really cool.
That it's a comic book?
Yeah. Listen, because the adults and the kids can enjoy it.
I know you want me to hold it still. Maybe this was meant for children. They would read it and get excited and beg their mothers for a blender.
Maybe. So Philip Lane says that most of those appliance companies had a test kitchen for their recipes before they were assembled as a premium. That's good to know and makes 100% sense to me.
Oh, please. I know all about that. The Campbell Soup Company right here in Camden, New Jersey, they've had a test kitchen forever, and I know who invented green bean casserole. Her name was Dorcas Riley, and it was a lovely woman. She died, a few years ago. You can look her up. She worked at the test kitchen at Campbell Soup, and that lovely lady from South Jersey invented green bean casserole. Her name is Dorcas Riley, and I did a video on her. You can dig back into my archive and you'll find my Dorcas Riley green bean casserole video. But yeah, test kitchens are wonderful. Now, is this that Betty Furness woman where she shoves about 50 hams in a refrigerator? Who did the commercials for Vinny?
I don't know.
But who was the lady? Was it Betty Furness? Who did the commercials for the Karen K? It's Dorcas Riley. Yep. Bless old Dorcas Riley. And she lived to be something like 90. And she was you go and look her up. She's lovely. There are videos of her. They gave her an award. Anyway. Who did this refrigerator?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea.
No, I don't know what's going on there.
Oh.
I do not. I don't. Katie, are you here? I I don't know, Vinny. I see, is that lamb and peaches and cauliflower and
Looks like
olives?
olives and peaches and cauliflower with ham.
Oh,
It's a little no for me.
well, anyway, let's get acquainted with your hot point. Oh, what? Let's get acquainted with your hot point. Electric.
Oh boy.
Well, electric. Now, don't go off color, Vinny. They're talking about a stove.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I'm
It's a
playing.
very interesting choice of words.
Yeah, I know. Look at that.
It looks like a cherry tart.
Yeah. Ooh, perfect lemon pie. All right. And
You know what?
finally, hold
Oh,
on,
we
let me
did.
tell you about the last one is the Frost Guard Refrigerator Freezer Use and Care Book by General Electric. Oh, it folds out. We have a centerfold. This might get, ooh. Let's see who's in the centerfold. Oh, nothing.
Boo.
Yeah.
Well, I like the color of that fridge though.
That wasn't what I was expecting. That wasn't a very exciting centerfold. But she's very happy with her new.
She looks too happy.
Well, she shoved about 30 hams in that refrigerator.
True.
So, see, she got a whole turkey up there.
Yeah, I really like that fridge. The color is great.
And she eats her bran flakes, so she's feeling regular.
Oh no, I don't want to block anybody.
So let's count them down again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are so much fun. They really are. I mean, you can just.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Did I say?
Go ahead and do the countdown.
I did. 10. I confused myself. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only one more lot, and we can then relax. And we'll bring Vinny on here and look at him.
All right. So I believe the last offer I had was kind of far up, and it was for, I think it was Bonnie Abrams at 15. Let me just check again to make sure. Yes, Bonnie Abrams for $15.
Okay. All right, Bonnie. Bonnie Abrams at 15. And the final lot for the night. This is just a really weird mixed batch here. I'm not sure what we've got going on with this lot, but we're going to start off at $7. $7 on this mixed lot. And the only one that has the real damage is the staple. The front and the back cover has come off of Meals for Two cookbook. And this is dated 1949, so right after the war. How to cook meat for 2 people and other things. 1949. But that cover, the front and the back have separated on that. That looks good. Is that a chicken? So there's that one. Then we have Downright Delicious Sun-Made Raisin Recipes. And this one is filled with clippings. I mean, I haven't even, there's just a whole bunch of ephemera in here. This one says fresh apple cake. Somebody scribbled that out. All these clippings are in here. Welch's Holiday Stars. And then the actual book itself of those things. And then Successful Canning. And Do It Together Butter Cookies.
Ooh, butter cookies.
And then And then old-fashioned recipes with, this looks like it's from the 60s, with cakes, easy, devil's food cake, sour cream cake, Linda's buttermilk cake. Who's Linda? Spicy gingerbread, Cousin Sarah's donuts. And then we have captivating cookies by Rumford Baking Powder. Fig and walnut cookies, cream cheese, lemon cookies, molasses drops, cornflake drops. And then we've got Learn to Bake. You'll love it. See that? Look at that. Wonderful cakes. Learn to Bake, you'll love it. And this looks like something that was made after the war. Oh, no. I'm not so sure. Please don't tell me that that's like pimento loaf smeared in there. Or like, is it shrimp paste?
Oh, ew.
Did Vinny just throw up in his mouth?
Ew, shrimp paste. Ugh.
I mean, I don't know what else I guess.
Maybe like a strawberry cream kind of a thing, but if that's shrimp paste, that's bad.
Well, you know, they did it weird in those days.
Oh, yeah. No food went to waste back then.
Look at that thing. Oh, was it raspberry cream?
Thank goodness.
Oh, deviled ham. I like to look at the things that look at the green mixing bowls.
Look like jadeite to me.
I know. But the date on this thing is 1947. So, yeah, Fire King was still selling its jade bowls in 1947. So, again, right after the war, you get your new appliances. Look at her. She's got her little meat thermometer. See? All right. So
that's the last one.
That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
so
Learn-
high offer of 24.
All right, 24 was the high offer, so we're going to go ahead and count them all down. I won't go through them again because it's getting late and we want to chillax. So we'll count them down at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Okay. And I'm done with my tea.
You're done with what?
I finished my tea. I don't have any. I drank my.
Okay. So KB won those for 24.
$10.23. So we're doing all right. Well, good folk, let's bring that Vinny in here. Wait a minute. Vinny, comb your hair.
Hold on, don't bring me out just yet.
What are you doing?
Yawning.
Are you done yawning?
Yeah.
Let's
Wipe
go
the
get
tears
him.
off my eyes.
Layout. Now, I thought maybe, I don't see any more guests. I thought maybe Dee or Tammy or David might be lurking because they know how to get in here. If they're there, if any of you are there and you want to say hi, tell us that you want to say hi and we'll bring you on for a minute. There's Vinny. Vinny, your haircut looks good.
Thank you. It was well needed.
Well, I would like to say thank you to everyone who joined us again tonight. It's fun to do it, and it's fun to have you here. And I've said it over and over again. You get tired, but I'm glad you guys come, whether you buy anything or not. And I appreciate you putting up with all of our regulations. It really does help the sale. Vinny, it helps, doesn't it, with the countdown?
Yeah, it really
and all
does.
that.
Well,
So-
this is probably much easier for you than us in the chat, like constantly putting stuff in bold letters and have it fly by. Someone in the background to say, hey, so-and-so wants to know this, or, I can kind of engage with the chat while you're selling.
And I appreciate that because it's I'm glad that I want the live sales to be entertaining, but the goal for the live sale is to show items and to sell. And I can't really interact with the folks when I'm selling because I've got I just can't do it. And so, but now we can just sort of relax and chat. We'll say goodnight to everyone who wants to turn out the lights. The auction is over. We're going to sit here and talk about something for a little bit. So anybody who wants to hang out with us for a little bit longer can do that. I don't know what we're going to do, Vinny. I see we have a guest who wants to join us. I don't know who it is. Oh, I see who it is.
Who do you think it could be?
Well, you better get the lettuce out of your teeth before I bring you in.
So somebody said no ads next time. You didn't have monetization turned on, right?
I don't know. It went through StreamYard. Listen,
It
Vinny,
goes right through YouTube.
YouTube will put ads on anyway.
Yeah, regardless of whether you set monetization or not, it's nothing we can do.
Where did my guest go? I'm not going to say who it was, but you know who you are. Come on back here, guest. I didn't mean to delete you. Oh, there they are. Let me see if I can get. Let me see if I can bring this person.
There she is.
I
Hello?
can't hear.
Oh, we hear you.
Oh, no, Scott can hear you. I couldn't hear you.
You better get the
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
There she is.
I love your shirt.
Your lips aren't moving, but we can hear you. No.
Can't hear you either. I'll go out.
Well, she does have the shirt that says "Welcome to the You Know What Show."
This is when anything can happen at this point. Now I can't hear.
You can't hear me?
I hope so.
I could tell another dad joke while we're waiting.
You do that while I eat my last ginger snap, and then I'm going to break open my apricot and carrot. I'm going to eat this live on the air. Wait, let's get this girl back in here. Let me get her in.
Yay, I can hear now.
Yay! All right.
What
So, all right, I'm going to ask you this dad joke, D. So, what did garlic sue paprika for?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No.
All right. She sued him for assault.
Oh my God.
And that's one I came up with.
Don't choke on your ginger snap, Scott.
Yes, please don't. It's really bad, but it makes
Hi,
people laugh.
everybody. On that note, how's everybody doing?
I think I'll set my hair on fire.
What
Oh, my
hair?
word.
That'll be just a brush fire.
Yeah, right. A do-rag will put it right out. A wet do-rag.
I missed half the sale because I was working on a bunch of stuff in between. So
I know.
That's all right. Hey, I fell asleep and then I woke up like literally as we were texting.
oh wow.
Carry on for a moment. But I guess I'll come back. I should say that I often take it for granted that everyone knows who you are. You were here for the old Curiosity Shop live sale, but many of you are familiar with the Vintage Vinny and the thrill of the thrift. I'm going to get some ice water in a glass. Vinny, you want to talk about your show and Dee talk about you for a little bit and talk about your live sales and everything. And I'm looking to see if our friends Tammy and David are here. I'm not seeing them, but take it away and I'll be back.
All right. Well, it is ladies first. Go ahead, Dee.
Well, there's not much to tell really. I started YouTube. It'll be 5 years in June.
Wow.
And just started out doing thrift haul videos and stuff like that. And then of course we started with live sales right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I've been doing live sales ever since on YouTube. I sell on eBay as well. But I have to get my my inventory up in my eBay store because I only have like 40 some items. But I've been kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Slacking.
Yes, slacking on the
can't really
eBay.
say that though, because live sales take a lot of time.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I was missing some of the sale because I was packing an order for somebody that I just got information for. So yeah, I mean, I'm always doing something relating to YouTube and selling. So
Yeah.
but yeah, but that's about it really.
Well, you guys all pretty much know me. I do sales on Saturdays. I have one with Katie, Vintage and Vinyl, this upcoming Saturday. I sell on eBay, Amazon. YouTube live sales started around the same time with COVID in 2020. This July, is it July or June? Maybe it's July. It'll be my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, which is a scary thought.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's awesome.
10 years.
I know. It's scary. Right out of
My
high
sales,
school.
I forgot to mention, my sales are every Saturday afternoon at 3:00 Eastern. But this coming Wednesday, the 8th, I'm doing a sale with my friend Donna. She's a newer YouTuber. Her channel is called Restored Glory. And oh my gosh, you guys, you have to check out her channel. She finds some amazing things. So we're going to do a sale together Wednesday night. It'll be on my channel at 6:30 Eastern. So I hope y'all can join us and welcome Donna because she's great. She's funny. So you guys will really like her.
So Christy wants to know if we're going to come back to Round Top this year and if Scott's coming.
Well, I know there was I was extremely busy this weekend, and I believe my friends were having a discussion, which I didn't get to go back and read. So I don't know.
That wasn't about Round Top. That was about us doing our little meetup again, like just the four of us, either in Philly or going out in like the South or something. We haven't figured that whole thing out yet. We were just kind of throwing ideas out there.
Well, I think it would be neat for the four of us to maybe meet somewhere other than where any one of us lives. So it's a new.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about Alabama.
Well, you know what? Maybe the folks in the chat, is there anyone here from Alabama, or is there anyone here who knows Alabama? Can you suggest a town or a city? We would like to go to a place where there's lots of places to go sourcing.
Right.
So, flea markets and antique malls and
well, we were thinking, or at least one thing that I think we discussed kind of was maybe staying on the border of some state, like where we can go to like Kentucky or, West Virginia, things like that, something along those lines.
Well, that would be, if we did that though, we would have to have a spot where we would stay at that's within all of those places.
Right.
Right.
Because if we're gonna all travel to a destination, we then don't want to go to an antique mall and then drive 2 hours to a flea market and then 3 hours to a Goodwill. We need to go somewhere where we can have a home base and there's lots of shopping. So I see someone suggested Connecticut. That's a good suggestion. We're trying to find something maybe middle of the country that's easier for David and Tammy to join us.
Well, Connecticut's on the east side.
Right.
Yeah.
East.
Yeah, they would have. That's basically the same thing as coming to Philly. You know, I can be in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I can be in Connecticut in 2.5 hours.
I wouldn't want to drive in Connecticut.
Vinny, come here and I'll drive.
I mean, I would
well, I
probably.
did-
I gotta get.
We did mention Kentucky as well and Ohio. We were talking about those 3 places, weren't we? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that
Kentucky?
was a suggestion that we had all made. Yeah.
We were just trying to, because I want to go someplace I haven't been yet. So.
Right. I mean, Ohio, I haven't been to, and
Me
that's. I
neither.
bet I could probably drive there because that's nothing really.
So we were that's what we were talking about. Round top. It all depends on when we do this meetup, because
Right.
I have to have time to recoup my money,
Mhm.
you know, to go on another trip. So that's all
Yeah,
depends on that.
And then I've got my family vacation that happens in July, or that happens in July, so I try to save up for that too, because that's
Right.
really an important trip for me. But yeah, it just depends.
Well,
Ohio, find lots of Roseville.
Of course, because Roseville, Ohio.
Wordsmith said he's been everywhere. I'm getting a late start in life here traveling there, Wordsmith. Real late. So
well, I
I
know
like
a
round
lot. I know that a lot of the folks who watch several different channels are familiar with Nate, who is on several channels. He's done things with Patrick.
talking about Soul Nate?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's often with Katie at Vintage and Vinyl. I believe he's often with Patrick, the trusty huckster. Nate's does different things. I've never had the privilege. I think I was on a show once with Nate that Patrick hosted. Now, Nate already knows this is coming, and I don't know that he's watching. But I was in a store, and of course, I found this Anchor Hocking piece right here, which says Maryland Avenue, Getty. You're saying, what's that got to do with Nate?
Yeah.
Right.
What does that have to do with them?
Ace Fuel Oil.
Oh.
Don't wait, call Nate.
I love
That's
it.
great.
So I did a little video in the car, and I sent it to Katie, and I said, Katie, forward this to Nate, and
Oh,
he loves it. So
oh,
I don't know how I'm going to get this to New Zealand yet, but I thought it, you know, so I found that.
how funny is that?
I know, isn't that because Nate? When would you don't wait, call Nate? That's perfect.
It is.
Right.
It's kitschy, but. And then I've been picking through the Britannica Book of the Year 1947 for no real reason, but I'm always picking at history, and so that's kind of that's on the stack next to the bed. The things I like, different things I like to read.
Somebody suggested the world's largest sale, which is the one that Pamela Blanchard goes to every year.
It's a big yard sale.
Yeah, that's
wouldn't be a bad
in
idea.
August. That's usually in August.
That depends
Well-
on when that is, because that's like, well, I come back at the beginning of August from Maine, but
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah, it's I believe it's the first or second week in August.
Pam would know.
I see the question by Nina. How did the three of you become friends? Well, I'll tell you. I first discovered, I believe Vinny and I started chatting a little bit.
I think so, yeah.
Vinny started his channel before I did. Vinny and I live about 3 hours apart. And in the early days, there weren't so many of us out there. pre-pandemic. I don't there, you know, there were I miss Michelle Thrifting 101 so much.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was awesome.
It was a very small group of people. So Vinny was one of the first ones that I saw, and we would recognize each other's names by just saying hey, hey, hey. And I believe that's how it happened. I got to know Vinny that way. We hadn't met though, and then Dee pops up, and I guess we probably found each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found our friends in Texas, Tammy and David, and they really instigated. It wouldn't have happened without them because they wanted to come to the East, which they did. And then I said, you know what? Oh, I know. I said, I'm going to invite Dee, but she won't come.
She's going to
I remember that.
She won't come.
That.
She's way up there in upstate New York. Dee had her plane ticket.
He's like, I'm coming whether you like it or not, Scott.
Yeah.
We hadn't even picked.
Well, I had been wanting to meet up with you and Vinny before
she had her plane ticket in a hot second.
She did.
And so Dee took the train.
Yeah.
I picked her up at 30th Street Station in Philadelphia. Remember?
Yeah.
And I dropped her off. That was a tearjerker.
But I know.
But Vinny drove over. Vinny was so funny to drive from Hagerstown, and he could either go up the Lancaster way and down through Philly, or he could do the down to Baltimore and the 95 route. I think you did the Lancaster.
Because I was familiar with it, but then after I dropped Dee off at the train station, it took me through Delaware and Baltimore. It was so much faster. So the last time we all met up, I went through Delaware and Baltimore, back and forth.
Nate, I don't mean to. I'm sorry, Vinny. It's hard because I don't mean to interrupt you, but I see Nate says that he does like the mug. Don't wait. Okay, well, Nate. Nate,
Darcy.
Nate, will you write to me at? I don't think I have your contact. Write to me at Old Curiosity Shop 99, and we'll get it to New Zealand.
I put it in for you, Nate. Just copy and paste it.
I'm so glad that you're still watching. Don't wait. Call Nate. That's how we met, and we.
You know isn't it funny? Like you guys. How we clicked, like we knew each other for like years.
Mm-hmm. It was like this. It was like, oh my God, where have y'all been my whole life?
Yeah. Scott just didn't say a word. He's like, what did you say?
Yeah, I still have sound, but I'm looking. Someone is asking, where is Michelle 101? I don't know. She is lovely. I've never met her in person. She had a lovely channel. Her videos are still out there. I think she stepped back and maybe just for life reasons needed to step back. I don't know. I think she's alive and well. But
she's got listings on eBay, and she's adding to it. So yeah, I think she's doing all right.
She told me that she just really needed a break from YouTube. And she said that she might come back, to YouTube someday, but right now she just needed a break from everything. So, but she said she's totally fine, and she appreciated me reaching out and checking on her and stuff. Because I used to message her occasionally, but yeah, she had a great channel. She was very informative, and I really enjoyed her.
Well, we watch each other. I watch you guys, and if I didn't know you personally, if you suddenly just like fell off the planet, Dee, I would be beside myself because we get to know you as people.
Yeah.
And you're in our home, and we just enjoy it so much. So, we got off, but that's good to know that she's. So they came down and they had accommodation. I drove them around for like 3-4 days, and they got.
And it wasn't enough time.
It went by so fast.
It really did. Even the last trip went by quick.
They
I
all
thought-
It
argued.
really did.
They all argued over the radio station in the car.
We asked who farted.
Roll the windows up. Turn the heat
Yeah.
off. You're going too slow. You're going too fast.
Just drink these and be quiet. Gave us
Yeah.
those little apple sauce packets.
Here, have a snack.
Exactly.
We instantly, like, there was no getting to know you. It was just instant. It was as if we had known each other since teenagers.
Right.
Yeah. Boy,
Yeah, that
we
was another thing you
laughed.
said.
We laughed and had so much fun.
And it would not have happened without you. And when I say you, I'm talking you, the people that watch us and encourage. It would not. Let me tell you, I'm serious. When anyone starts out a YouTube channel, it is not easy because people will rake you over the coals. You got lettuce in your teeth. Your hair looks dumb, right? They will tear you apart. You encouraged us, and we probably would have all quit right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because of the encouragement that the viewers give us, we wouldn't have met. And I'm not trying to be sappy, but I mean that. It wouldn't have happened. We would not have known each other without this platform and without the wonderful people.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorite things about starting my YouTube channel is just the amount of amazing people that I have met, that I have become friends with.
Yeah.
It's really a very large part of my life. It really is. And it's a part of my life that I enjoy so much. You have no idea. Like oh my gosh, I love sitting down and filming a thrift haul video because I'm so excited, like, to show everybody the good stuff I got, you know? It's
Right.
just like, it's a fun, it's a job, but it's a fun job. It's a job I enjoy. It's not like, you know, the other job at the nursing home, and you know, I'm so glad
retail.
I'm done with that. But it really is. It's the best decision that I ever made to leave the nursing home and just do this. So,
That's more fun.
but I wouldn't have been able to do it without everybody in YouTube land. Let's put it
Right.
Yeah, and I like all you guys because, well, it's just been great to get to know, you know, you go through life and then everybody, nobody else really gets into your thing. And then you finally meet people that freak out when they walk into a Goodwill and there's a, you know, lusterware teacup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. I've done that on several occasions where I'm walking along and all of a sudden I'll see something and I'll be like, you know, like gasping in the middle in the middle of the aisle.
Well,
I'll tell you what, I have screamed like a middle school girl in Goodwill more than one time.
oh
yeah.
my word.
Yeah.
I'll own it. When you find something, and it doesn't mean that it's a thing that's worth $1 million.
Right.
It can be some dumb, you know, some little cookbook, and it's like you save it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But how about the audience? Friends, I don't mean audience, because I don't ever want to feel like I'm a performer. I'm not a performer.
Exactly.
What can we ask? What should we ask everyone who's still, because we've got 375 people with us.
Well, somebody asked if we have any other jobs besides this. I mean, I could probably say I'm in retail for 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, and then I don't have to deal with weekend retail anymore, thank God, or Black Friday or anything like that. Best decision I ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what can we ask them?
Anybody have a fan?
Maybe what's something that you're hoping to find in 2023?
A
And it could be
husband, a
any-
wife, love.
anything
You mean
vintage.
like an item?
Yeah, like at an antique store, a thrift store, wherever you find your stuff. What's the one thing that you're looking for this year, or just something to find, like on your vintage bucket list?
I don't have a vintage bucket list, really.
Or just something that's on your, like something that you've been looking for, but when you go out, you don't let it be like the only thing you're focused on finding. I can think of one thing right now on the top of my head. I want to find a Viking owl fairy lamp in blue or green, because I don't
You're
see them
talking
here.
about in the thrift store, not at an antique mall.
Yeah, but we asked the
Either
audience,
or.
and now they're telling us. So we see an antique quilt.
Miss Priss.
Yeah, that's a good one. A tree
Mhm.
stand that turns, Tammy says.
Oh.
A glass
Tammy.
cabinet.
Somebody said, and I don't, okay, it was Amy. So some of you may not know, but during like the really bad part of COVID, when we were all getting those checks and stuff from the government and such, I was working a lot. Like I went from this part-time kid to like full-time and everything. And I did live sales. Do you remember? I did live sales like every other week and such, because I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still a shopaholic, don't get me wrong, but I had a lot of stuff, and I still have a lot of stuff because I was using the thrifting as a therapy from
Right.
what I had to deal with there. And then fast forward, I think we were crazy from up till I think the beginning of 2022. And I just said I had enough. Those 2 years were enough, and I just couldn't handle the stress anymore. So I said, I'm going to cut my hours. Monday through Wednesday, y'all can work me. Anything past that, I'm not doing anymore. And now, I mean, I'm less stressed. When we come back from our trip to meet up in Philly, or I come back from the beach, I can be like, 3 days is all I have to do to go into a real job, and then I can work my reselling and my packing and all that other stuff. And I wish I'd have done it sooner, but I just didn't have the confidence or the I was a little too afraid to do it. But live sales were a big help, I must say.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we asked the audience what they were looking for, so I'm trying to see what. I appreciate you sharing that, Vinny. So it went by, and so I saw carnival glass. I'm trying.
I know Dana Grace is looking for the curved glass wood curio cabinet.
Yep.
A friend of mine has one, and it's stunning.
Yeah, a
Black
both
hobnail cake
China
stand.
closet.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a
black-
forest fire motion lamp?
I think I know what that is.
What is it?
So I've seen them before. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's like almost like, the Sirico plastic that
Yeah.
they made back in the day. It's made of that, but they're older than that 60s stuff. And it's like in the shape of a landscape. It's got a clock on it, and it's got a lamp on it. And I think it motions like it's a waterfall or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what they're talking about.
Okay. Head vases.
Yeah.
Gerald, I have a huge collection of head vases.
Pink milk glass is a good one too.
I love my head vases. Glass that glows.
Pixies is a good one. Amy says that's hard to say because once I started a booth, I quit buying for myself.
They're asking me how the bar is. It's really good. I'm eating a thing here. It's terrible. I always eat on camera. Will you guys tell me it's okay for me to do it?
Everybody has to eat.
Right.
Sometimes you get so busy that you forget to eat. So
Well,
you gotta-
I didn't. It's
That's
apple.
me all the time.
It's got
gotta get it
apple.
when you can.
It's got apple and carrot. See that?
Do you ever come across swung vases? I've got
I've got a few of them. I don't know if you guys can see them. Green over here. Oh, you guys can't see it. I got green behind me, and then I've got some blue ones on some nightstands in this room.
Much better than Belvita. My mother gives me those Belvita things all the time when I go over there.
Are they kind of Yeah, I can tell by your face you don't like them.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That the motion lamp, forest fire lamp.
Well,
Belvita?
I know it
Yeah.
would be really fun to look for. One of those plunger lamps that Scott has. That would be fun to find. You can adjust it, make it look like a plunger, and we called it a funeral lamp, even though it wasn't.
Torche.
Yeah,
lamp.
Torche plunger lamp.
The Torche lamp.
It's
the
called
funeral lamp.
It's called
right, Joan.
It's not
the funeral lamp.
It's not a torche lamp. It's called a torchiere.
Torchiere. And no, the swung vases are not in my shop.
Torche,
Torchiere.
torchiere.
Torchiere lamp.
Potato.
Tomato.
I've got a beauty to show you. Hold on.
Here's the biggest one that I have of the swung vases.
You're
This
the
one's like an
one-
emerald color.
Look at this.
$5 antique store find. Thank you, JLC.
Oh, let me see that. Oh, that color is fantastic.
Isn't it? It's like an emerald, like
Yeah.
Christmas green.
Ah, Vinny, we're gonna have to talk.
$5, baby.
Oh my
Fantastic.
god.
Fantastic plastic. Fantastic plastic.
No,
Fantastic plastic covers.
it's plastastic.
Look at what I'm going to show you.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god,
show
I need another haircut.
Yeah. Dee, you're looking
I
beautiful.
know.
You look beautiful.
I got caught in the rain.
She got caught in the rain, yeah?
Oh,
Ooh, I like her.
look at that. Isn't that Art Deco?
Now,
Nice.
when I was
Bookend?
little, I have two bookends. When I was little, these were in my father's den at home. He had a home office. And at some point, the piano was in there. I never really understood why the piano got moved in there. But I would go in there to practice the piano. But anyway, the only place in the house that these were allowed to be were in my father's den. And he had bookcases from the floor to the ceiling. I'm not sure where they came from. I never asked him. But he, ever since I remember, they were in the house that I grew up in my father's den. So then later on as an adult, I purchased this.
Ooh.
Boobies everywhere.
Right?
Well, it's after 10:30.
Yeah, it's after dark.
Isn't
I
she
love her.
fantastic? I
She's
know.
Great. Ooh, she's got a bouquet.
I think my cat my
You got a grain go down the wrong pipe.
my Nutri-Grain bar went down the wrong. But so I bought this.
Attic Fair said you were always sneaking to the office.
But
Right.
Yeah.
I would have been for sure.
Right?
Don't you think she compliments these very well?
Very much so.
Look at her bobbed hair.
Yep. That's that 20. That looks like that 20s
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. These are
Now,
from the
is that
20s.
what
The
is that made
flappers.
of? Is that a pot metal? The
No.
bookend? Or are they like a resin?
Resin.
Or not resin, like a what's that other stuff? Like a
No.
plaster?
This is metal that's been given a black patina, ebonized. They call it ebonizing. And so they would do several different casts. So there could be, pardon me. The most expensive would be a cast in bronze. and then there would be a cast in metal that would have a patina, and then the cheapest ones would be the pot metal, yeah, the spelter. So this is the original brass. This is the original black patina that's on her. There's a lot of dust, but I ain't. But yeah,
They're great. I love them.
yeah, I love these. And so she sits on top of my mantle, and this sits in between the books. Now you show something.
Who?
Anyone, any one of you. I've got to go rinse out this thing out of my. I can't stop.
He has to go get suctioned.
He's got to go gargle. So here's another vase. This was actually found at a Goodwill. And this one does glow. See? The last thing I expected.
Oh, I don't have nothing to show. Not in here, anyway.
And it's pointy.
Yes,
And I have
you do.
no idea who made it. It's like a geometric design.
No, I don't.
It does, Christy. It glows like the Dickens, as Dee would say.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything exciting in here to show.
And
Unfortunately.
this was only $2. Couldn't believe that. At a Goodwill, of all places. Diamond butt. Okay. There we go.
That's pretty.
Isn't that cool?
Is that Viking?
I don't know. I haven't been able to find one similar, but
Because
it's
it
got
kind of has that Viking green going on.
But I don't think Viking green glows, does it? Unless it's like Vaseline or something. I don't know.
I have no idea, but it reminds me of the Viking green color.
Yeah, it really does. Ellie Smith is a possibility too.
Oh yeah. I love
everyone's saying Ellie
Scott's
Smith.
China cabinet with the red in there. It looks so pretty.
It would. Ooh, my knee just cracked.
I don't find green ones very often either, actually, Mare. Is it
This
Mare
is
or
Viking, I
Mare?
know for sure. This is a cat.
Oh, that's cute.
I like that cat.
Yeah, me too. It's like a
Is it
gray
Fenton?
purple. What?
Is it Fenton?
No, Viking.
Oh, it's Viking. Oh, nice.
What's
I
on
had-
its neck? What's on its neck?
Oh, that's just the price tag. I never took off of it.
Vinny.
Sometimes I get excited and I like to remember how much I paid for something.
Oh, David said, "Let me in."
Let me in. Let me in.
I forgot. I need to plug us.
There I
There's
am.
Leeds.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Well, this is a fun little party on a Monday night.
I know.
I don't see
How
him.
you doing?
Yes, Mary. Those are staying with me.
All right, hold on, everybody. David,
Yes,
introduce yourself.
I am. Oh, because we're on. I thought this was a backstage thing.
You are
Oh, my word.
on.
Oh.
Don't pick your nose. You're live.
Eh. Well, I'm David, Tammy's worser half. She's the better half. With Vintage Uprising Texas. I don't know. I didn't know something was going on. I knew your sale was going on, but I'm trying to take a week off to take Tammy sourcing, whatever. But it's like been crazy. I've been like working.
He
And
does, Mary.
But you're in Texas, and
in Texas.
okay. So David is half of. Tell us about your channel and what you guys do and when you do your live sales.
Live set. Well, Tammy does several. The one where she and I are Wednesday night, 7 Central PM. And we started collecting. Of course, that went crazy. She went crazy with collections.
No.
And so no. So
I collect that. Of course you
So
do.
she started selling,
Right.
and then online, and she joined the community. I helped her. I used to be in the background just taking notes, but
Well, there are questions for you, David. Everybody
okay.
look at the chat now.
There's
Gail,
Tam Tam.
Gail
What?
wants
Oh, is it
to,
a show and tell?
no, hold on.
Okay.
Gail wants to know, David, how could you pass that tall lamp that glowed in your last video?
The last video
Hi, Tam.
must have been Tam's last video. Was that the one I told you that probably glowed? The bridge lamp? Was it a bridge lamp, Gail? I'm waiting for Gail. Oh, that was at Round Top. Remember I told you that lamp glows. I guarantee it.
Gail said yes.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I was 90% sure. I was at Round Top. That lamp was probably $300 just to walk away with it. We didn't have a black light, so I couldn't tell.
The prices were
Yeah, prices were horrific at
Yeah.
Round Top.
holy cow.
Gail, I'm sorry. I was 90% sure it glowed. Remember, it was in the corner. It was a bridge lamp or something like that.
I'm trying to picture it. I don't remember.
I'll show you a picture. But yeah. Well, you
I
should
was
review your own
drooling.
videos.
What do you call those lamps again, Vinny? The ones that are shaped like this and have all the crystals hanging down. You put them on the fireplace or something.
Fishnet stocking leg lamps.
Mantle lusters. That's it. I was drooling over the ones that I kept showing in my one video. They were, oh my God, amazing, but they were so
Hi, Tippy.
expensive.
Imagine shipping those things though home. That would have been
I know.
an anxiety kicker times 100.
Yeah.
Hi, Tammy.
She can't hear you.
Oh, she can't?
Well, tell her what I
No.
said.
Hi.
Well, hold on. This is going to ruin the audio.
Well, while we're holding on, let me give an advertisement. Next Monday night, that's a week from tonight. Now, I have to thank Tammy and David because it was their idea, and I'll let them decide whether it was both of their ideas or one or the other. But I was invited to be a guest with David, and we were called Two Gents or something, and we got dressed up in neckties and vests and hats, and we just went on for an hour, and we sold, I said mantiques, which I don't necessarily like that term, but we sold kind of like dude stuff a little bit. Yeah, kind of like dude stuff. And we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. And so people wanted us to keep doing it. So we're going to do I think we're going to do 2 a month.
No, once a month.
Once a month. And David wants me to do it a week from tonight on my channel. We can't hear you, David.
Can you hear me now?
No.
You gotta unplug your
No.
headphones.
Yeah. That's the problem.
I'll go back to listening on my earpod.
Randy wants to know what is an example of dude stuff.
Dude stuff, like, I don't know.
Oil
like
can-
like a 10-gallon ashtray.
Really will sell anything.
Or like an Italian trinket box, I love these, like
A tobacco humidor.
a tobacco humidor
Yeah.
or a boot planner. I mean, I don't know.
A meerschaum pipe. A necktie from the 30s. Dude stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Tools.
Good night, everybody who's leaving.
Are they? Why are they leaving?
Because it's late for some.
Well, okay, I'm going to go to bed too.
So we gotta plan our next like group sale again on my channel.
Well,
We gotta
let's do
take
that
tonight to do
privately.
that.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
of
about
course.
that.
Just
Okay.
throwing it out there because I know we wanted to do it.
Okay. But so if you'll join us Monday night, a week from tonight on my channel, David and I forget, David, is it at 8? No, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah. 9 Eastern.
9 o'clock Eastern. Right. So 9 p.m. a week from tonight, Eastern, and then whatever it is for the rest of the country.
Right.
And we'll go for about an hour, hour and a half, and we'll sell, maybe 20 things.
Yeah, 20 total, like 10 each.
Okay. Very good.
And everyone seemed to have fun. We had good feedback on that.
Pam, I appreciate you saying that you like that we got dressed up. You want us to dress up again? We'll dress up again for you.
I will be. It's up to you, Scott, but I will be. That's my vibe, so I don't mind.
Please.
I don't mind. I wore a tie to work today, so.
Oh, I'll be dressed up for it.
Okay.
I'll make sure I have on my seersucker. Well, it's too early.
Yeah,
it's a little too early for that. Well, I guess we should wrap it up. It is 11. It's a little bit after 11. And so thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. And I want to thank Vinny for all of your assistance, which you give freely. I want to thank the support of everyone who watches and joins in. And it was a delight to have Dee and Tammy and David pop in at the end. But most importantly, we thank all of you who watch and encourage us and tell us to keep doing it. We really are thankful that you watch, because it wouldn't be anything without you. You guys want to say good night?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Right.
Wait for the cat. So long for now. I guess it's up to me to turn this thing off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait for the cat.
Hold on. You
Wait
guys
for
stay
the cat.
there. Hey, Dee, Vinny,
Yeah.
you stay there.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn off the public.
Okay.
David.
You know about this cat. Don't start. You know about it.
I've got one.
No, I told you because you freaked out that I had a pair, but I told you I got them for practically nothing because you can't resell it because they boo-booed it and they re-welded the bottom from the base. See that hole? See that crack? So I got them just for aesthetics.
And a little bit of dust.
That's my skin.
That's your skin.
I want you to
Scott,
know.
did you
Hold on. We're still live, just so you
Yeah.
guys know.
Okay, at least he
Yeah.
knows we're still live.
Yeah, we
So-
know.
David, I think you've got the Frank Art cats.
Well, they're
they-
damaged goods.
Yeah, but are they signed Frank Art?
I didn't see a signature. Well, no. I don't see a signature.
Let me end this thing, but you guys hang out. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. Happy Monday night. Bye. Everybody wave. Okay. Bye, everyone.